This episode of Limit Break Radio is made possible by our generous Patreon donors, including Saya Bree of Moogle, Etherian Buyer of Cerberus, Delude Asura of Gilgamesh. Thank you so much for your support. If you want to support Limit Break Radio, visit patreon.com/limitbreakradio.
Live from Eorzea.
Limit Break with your hosts, Aniero.
We run this show, and I don't give a fuck who knows it.
Calloway.
Yeah, think before you talk.
Juxtaposition.
I'm kind of a favorite around here.
Ascalia.
Yeah! Thank God!
And Mika.
All you've given me is a lot of dog penis and woman hating.
LimitBreakRadio.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Limit Break Radio, episode number 53, the aftermath of the bet. Juxta's got an itchy back.
A little bit. It's not terribly.
I've got a cold face.
And you
Seriously,
can
cold.
see your double chin from where I'm sitting right away.
Oh, that's nice.
Isn't
that nice?
It's like talking whenever he talks. Oh my God, I didn't really notice that before, but you're so right.
Wow, guys.
Say something.
Rude.
Wow. Mean.
It's like I'm finally free. After 1,000 years, I'm free. It's time to conquer Earth.
Aniero's double chin is Rita Repulsa.
That's right. You don't know. You don't know what kind of hell this thing can unleash.
Now I'll make his ego grow.
Welcome to Limit Break Radio. Thanks for joining us, guys. We are, of course, live here on twitch.tv/Limit Break Radio, and of course in the studio. And I think actually, probably not live from this studio for hopefully much longer.
No, we might be moving soon.
Yeah, I think we're in the process of moving on up in the world.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna have a mortgage, bills to pay. It's gonna be weird.
We are paying cash.
Oh,
okay, and that is in part almost entirely thanks to, of course, the LBRmy and Sargatanis.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. So, of course, we have started up efforts to raise an FC. Papa Woody in the background. What's up there? What's up? Intern Papa Woody has been tasked with getting the thing off the ground, and I think we're damn close. I think we're damn close to rank 6, being able to.
Yeah,
we should get it by the end of the day.
Okay, by the end of the day.
Yeah. So the biggest hurdle is actually going to be to just find one for sale.
That's right.
Yeah, we've
hope
and pray that a large house just decides to pop up somewhere. Or what we can do is we can try putting out the word, seeing if there's anybody out there with a mansion who would potentially sell it to us. Or kill them.
Yeah, or kill them.
You can only sell the rights to relinquish the plot, and then you still have to buy the plot. So that would cost extra money to get them to get rid of it.
Right. Well, yeah, see, because people are saying in the chat, burn the studio down. Yeah, we should definitely do that.
I don't know if Counterpoint how they would feel about that. They just come home one day and wait, is that a large house? It is.
Taking over.
Aniero, you know what you have to do.
Yeah, I just like they come back one day and like just room 10 is just burned out.
Arson. Yeah.
Well, one room catching on fire would then spread to the rest of the rooms, which would then spread to the rest of the house.
Exactly, guys. But, riot. Make it happen.
I do want.
I guess we have to be more offensive and make it so people tear down. We need to make it so that someone gets so upset they burn the studio down, and then we can get the insurance money.
I would like to put a big thank you out to everyone in Saugatanas.
Yeah,
that has,
seriously, guys. You guys have been super generous.
Within
Thank you.
It's been 3 or 4 days, and our goal of 80 mil, we're halfway. We're
halfway
at 42 or 43.
Yeah, yeah. So, by the way, if you're looking for a free company to jump to and you want to come to Sergeant Tanis,
join the LBRmy.
Yes,
literally.
That's right. Yeah, we actually do have a link shell to send you to. So
yeah, we are also working on erecting the barracks.
What's that?
The LBR barracks. That's where.
That's our house.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's going to be a bunch of bunks and shit.
We'll dedicate a small corner with cots.
Okay, fair enough.
Chocobo bedding.
Thank you guys, of course, for joining us for episode number 53. Hopefully, you listened to episode number 52, where we made good on all of our bets. I don't know. What
all of them?
All of them?
All of them.
Yeah, all of them.
There was a surprising lack of ghost pepper.
Yeah, we're working on that.
Also, you look to be a few ilms too tall right now, man.
I thought I was going to see a potato when I got back today, but I don't see that. I'm severely disappointed.
Where's the hashtag? Where's the potato den?
We need to refer to our producer Kookie, and that is her new official title on the show.
That's right. She was promoted.
We need to refer to our producer Kookie to actually tally how many hashtag potato dens there were on Twitter and on Facebook. Because
if you're gonna summon the Elder Primal of Salt, you need a kind of a.
It's the Elder Potato of Salt. Get it right.
I prefer butter on my potatoes, if we're going to be completely honest.
So
yeah, but there's not much butter going on over there, except for maybe under the face.
Yeah, we need an answer here, Kook. How many hashtag potato dens were there? Because by my count, there were not enough.
What's your count?
I was going to say, how many's enough?
Not enough.
Enough to lift the desk.
It's one of those things where you know when it's enough.
I actually want to get an actual number because.
Do you have a number in mind of what they had to reach?
I mean, like a certain percentage of we've got over 2,000 likes on Facebook. We've got nearly 2,000 follows on Twitter. And, I feel like that number didn't even get to triple digits. It's got to at least... See, Kookie's saying 17 on Twitter.
All right. You know what, though? How many people did it take to bring Enkidu back? One. It's not about the number. Yeah. It's about the passion behind it.
It's about how many crystals each of those people have next to them.
Yeah, well,
how many stacks of crystals did you make that wish with?
How much salt are they pouring into the crystals?
That's right.
That's the question.
That's right. I didn't see any memes. I didn't see any. No one got. It was just potato. Nah. I mean, come on. You guys got to try a little bit harder than 17 tweets.
All right, I got one.
Do your
then.
job.
No, I got one. Then here we go. All right, this is going to be your chance, Aniero, to possibly get out of this. Okay, I'm going to put the call out to the LBRmy. If you think that Aniero should be a potato den during this episode, at some point you need to call in and you need to channel your salt about how you feel about him not being a potato. You need to channel that into him. And if you...
We need a couple good ones.
Yeah. If you guys pour enough salt into him during this episode, maybe that'll get him to transform into the Elder Primal.
Yeah, maybe.
Potatoes.
Might be enough. I don't know.
Accepted.
That's your challenge.
But I mean, less than 20 potato dens. That's not enough. I'm sorry.
Somebody needs to get a hold of Ethis and have him call in and fucking roast Aniero.
I don't make these rules, man. I don't. I'm
exactly
just
what we do.
I'm just following Square Enix's rules and the rules of Eorzea. I can't change the rules about primals, guys. I can't. Sorry.
Get your hand out of your ass.
Follow the rules.
Anyway, So yeah, no, we had a great time the last time we were here for episode number 52. Of course, Sam Wolf, the awesome tattoo artist, came in, tattooed Juxta live on the air. If you haven't seen that, head on over to youtube.com/limitbreakradio. Subscribe while you're there and check out the video. It's definitely worth it. It's almost it's almost as worth it to watch you get your fucking legs waxed. Escalia.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was pretty worth it.
I've shown so many people that video.
Yeah.
Specifically the point where I rip it off.
Yeah.
And then I rip it off again.
Yeah.
People lose
double tear.
Shit. The double tear.
Yeah.
It's only great because I literally thought you pulled it off on the first one, and I was completely off guard for the second one.
Yeah.
Nice. Anyway,
we should do that more.
Huge shout out to Sam Wolf, and huge shout out to you guys for all of your support during hashtag the bet.
Aniero.
No, not you guys. Fuck you guys. I don't give a shit. No, but thank you to the LBRmy. Every one of you who donated to the bet, whether you donated to Camp Aniero or Camp Juxta, thank you guys so much. I was really excited to be able to do that on the air. I had some concerns and some reservations about, like, would Twitch end up coming down on us, or but none of that ended up happening. It ended up going really well, and huge shout out to Sam for coming in.
I think another thing too to point out is, it wasn't for very long. I mean, the tattoo only lasted 30 minutes.
Right.
Me and Jux had a conversation one day where we were talking to some friends, and I'm like, the tattoo only took like 15, 20 minutes. He's like, no, that was an hour at least.
No.
And like, I showed him, I'm like, look, let's take a look. Pulled up the YouTube video. I'm like, look, see, a half an hour. Well, that's more than 15 minutes.
It's true.
I'm like, okay, 15 to 20 is also closer to 30 than an hour is.
Yeah, no shit.
Well, you were in that chair, so you don't know how long it felt.
It wasn't about how long it felt.
How long it was.
Anyway, so yeah, super excited that you guys were able to join us for that, and we had a really great time, and we really want to thank you for your support. So joining us now, we actually have a super surprise special guest. About a couple of years back, I had the honor of sitting down with singer Susan Calloway, who sang Answers and, of course, Dragon Song. And she joins us now on the line. Susan, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh,
oh my God!
Sorry, we have this time we have a studio full of people who have to fanboy out here for a second. But
oh, that's so funny.
Susan, thank you for joining us here on Limit Break Radio. It's good to have you back on the program.
I love you.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to be back. I appreciate you having me. And I understand that this is a very special day, that it's somebody's birthday today. Is that right?
Not today, but on the day that your artist cut comes out, it's my birthday.
Oh!
On the day it comes out? Well,
yes.
Hey, happy birthday,
Thank
Cal.
you. Off the record, I'm sure that was meant for me, so thank you for that.
Oh, thank you. I wasn't sure. Well, I can't tell who I'm talking to. I can't see
This
that,
is Kahlo.
This
is Kahlo. I'm the most handsome and charming of the crew.
Oh, no way.
Jeez.
Awesome. Yes, it's totally directed at you, of course, because
we have a sound drop of
that's
that.
Awesome. So it's actually coming out on your birthday. Well, that's kind of nice.
That's awesome.
I picked that on purpose.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
I'm a favorite around here.
So, Susan, you excited the FF14 community a couple of weeks ago when you dropped this image, and now we know that it's going to be the artist's cut of Answers that's going to be coming out, of course, on Kahlo's birthday. So tell us a little bit about the song. How, what kind of instrumentation was involved? What kind of differences are we going to be seeing with this new version of Answers?
Hearing.
Well, I really felt like it was time to do this because a lot of the fans know I'm a singer, of course, because I've done so many, I've done 3 audio CDs now, and I've been on the game, and then I do all the touring with Distant Worlds with the concert tour which is great. And I've gotten to meet so many fans that way. But a lot of the fans still aren't really understanding the bigger picture of Susan Calloway, like who I am as an artist, you know. And I'm actually a singer-songwriter, which is sort of how I started in the business. And I've had, you know, I put out a record a few years back. It's been a while since I put out something on my own. And, you know, I really wanted to do something where I could take my experience with Final Fantasy and take some of the beautiful songs that I have so enjoyed singing and kind of putting them through my grid as an artist of like, as a singer-songwriter and as a music producer and an instrumentalist of myself, because I'm actually a classically trained pianist and stuff. And again, that at the shows, a lot of fans don't really think of me that way or even know I have that side. And so what I'm really excited about is giving you guys something this is kind of what I came up with with me and my piano, you know, and that's what's going to be neat about it. And I think the fans are going to really like it because I know there's such an appreciation for like classical instigated type music. And this is definitely a more pop version.
That's cool.
So I think that'll be sort of fun because because a lot of the stuff with Final Fantasy is so traditional in its production, which I think is fine. But wow, why not bring it into modern times, you know, and make it something that's a little hipper and a little more, you know, something you'd hear on the radio. And what's been kind of neat is even the people that have worked on the song a little bit that have heard it that are not from Final Fantasy have said, "Wow, this is like awesome! Like I could hear this in a film, or I could hear it, you know, in a, you know, just playing on the radio." Now, like with other music that's out. So that's kind of cool to me because I think Final Fantasy is so great. Like, why not bring the music into, you know, a more contemporary setting?
Right. That's so exciting too. And yeah, given your, you know, your background as an artist is much more rooted in rock and roll and in pop music. So I'm really excited to hear, you know, your personal take on the song. And it's cool to know that it's going to be, you know, way more pop influence. That's really awesome.
It is. And we didn't get crazy with it. I mean, my thought process with it too is I still wanted to kind of capture still the mood of the song because obviously the song appears in the game in a spot where there's a lot of intense things going on. You know, it's not, you know, and I understand enough of the storyline that, you know, it's a difficult, you know, situation that, you know, this song kind of enters into. And I wanted to capture that in almost a different way. Like instead of making it so grandiose, almost thinking of it almost in I don't know, just more in a heartfelt way. Like at the end of the day, when you're really thinking about something that's happened, how you might really think about it if you were alone and, you know, just contemplating what had happened. And so, I mean, I'm hoping that, you know, the fans will appreciate that it's just like another, you know, expression of the tune without losing the intent, you know?
Yeah, it sounds like you're trying to reach a more personal level with it, which I think would be absolutely perfect for that song.
By the sound of that, it sounds almost like how the free company leaders or the city nation leaders would have felt about the events of what was going on. That's really cool to me.
Yeah.
I've been spazzing out over this song ever since I heard you were going to be making one. Like, I'm so excited for this.
Oh, yay!
Like my husband doesn't hear the end of it. Because I mean, it's one of his favorite songs, and it's one of my favorite songs, and I have it like on I think maybe 5 or 6 different mixed CDs that I have in my car.
She starts singing it every time we stream together.
I sing it. I sang it last night on stream, didn't I?
You did.
I did.
That's awesome.
And I really love to sing, so I'm like, okay, this is gonna be really awesome because it's just Susan, which is gonna be a lot easier for me to sing without like, you know, the whole big chorus and whatever else going on.
Well, I think people like it. I think we'll see what the fans say. Obviously, the jury's out until next week. But I appreciate you guys helping me get the word out, too, because, I mean, obviously we're doing what we can to do online to let fans know that this will be available, and I'm so excited to get the reactions of everybody. And listen, if this goes well, I'll do more songs like this for you guys, because I'd love to. And then, you know, I do have some of my music coming out. I mean, I'm working on a full CD right now my plan is to have that out this fall. But I'm in the meantime going to be, you know, releasing some singles, and hopefully this will get everybody excited about that record too, you know?
Absolutely.
But there'll be some more surprises.
Absolutely, yeah.
There's more surprises, and so
it's a perfect way to expose FF14 fans to what you do normally on your records, and I think that is that's a super cool opportunity right there. So
awesome.
Susan, is this just you playing on the song, or who did you have playing the instruments?
Wouldn't you like to know? No, I'm just kidding. Well, it is a lot me. I mean, I don't want to give away all the surprises of it, but it's centered around the piano.
Okay.
And I have we cut it in my house, which is kind of fun. I have an amazing Grammy Award-winning producer I work with named Gerard Smerrick. He's worked with some of the best, stars in the business, everyone from Kid Rock to Aretha Franklin to Bob Seger to New Radicals, down the list of people. Natalie Merchant, but he's actually the one that my partner in crime with all this stuff. But it's centered around piano, and then of course my voice is the other big thing. We really wanted to make this about the voice, so that's obviously the main feature of it, with not a ton of bells and whistles. But there is some other instrumentation. There's some electronic textures in there. There's also cello and violin, which I had a couple friends from the DSO.
That's awesome. Oh my God. You have no idea. I'm so excited for this.
So excited.
It's great.
Yeah, and I think the violin player I'm working with, actually, she's going to be a part of my project, and her name is Sonia Lee, and she's Juilliard grad, first chair violinist at the DSO, just fantastic musician, and really loves my pop music, and she's got a real pop side. That she really likes to. So I'm really trying to integrate some of the orchestral elements, but more, again, in a more, it's kind of like, I always tell everybody, it's kind of like Adele meets Florence and the Machines is kind of my vibe.
This is going to be fantastic.
There's kind of, that kind of a vibe. So
absolutely,
everyone will love it, and I'm excited about it. So
I'm confident that everyone will love it, and there's been some serious excitement ever since that first tweet dropped. The "All of My Children" image, that was a nice teaser. We all knew.
Oh, thank you.
We all knew. We were like, oh, it's time to get excited. It's time.
Well, I knew you guys would love games because it's a gaming community.
Absolutely.
You're gonna want a game, right?
Absolutely.
I'm just so happy.
Absolutely. So, real quick before Susan, I'm sure that you're very busy, but I did want to ask. I did want to ask about recording Dragon Song for Heaven's Ward, because we were all really, really excited when we saw Susan Calloway returning to voice Dragon Song, and
sure.
What was that experience? I mean, getting to work with Uematsu again, that must have just been super exciting.
Ask Susan to sing us a few lines.
Listen, I love working with Nobuo. I mean, he's become a dear friend, and he's just, the thing that I appreciate about him the most is not even beyond his great talent, is he's just a great guy. I mean, he's just a really sweet, down-to-earth person, and he really appreciates what I do. He's always wanting me to bring what I would do to it, because he likes my music too, and that's one of the reasons this has been a great partnership with he and I, because he really wants me to bring my artistry to what he's doing. He's not and some composers don't do that. They're very limiting. They want you to just do this and just the way I've written it or whatever. And he's not like that. And his music is, he really wants it to be passionate and to bring that emotion to it. And I think that's another thing. Because, I mean, the fans can see that when they go to a show, how Nobuo is. I mean, he's so silly, and he's so passionate about what he does. And
that's incredible.
He so appreciates and he just appreciates the fans so much. And he's like that personally too. And I think, we've even tossed around the idea of doing a tour together. So we'll see. We'll see if anything would happen. But
Be still, my gentle heart.
He's been doing. Yeah, because he's got his band now that he's been doing stuff, and that's it's a little bit. I mean, it's real different than the kind of music I'm doing, but it's still a similar fan base. So we've thought about that, and we'll see. It's not. Which just again, I'm not announcing anything. I'm just saying it's been something that's been tossed around. So
that's exciting.
We're in different countries, so
that's exciting.
Much to coordinate.
That's definitely super exciting to hear. And that's awesome. Like I said, everyone was so excited to see you returning back for Dragon Song, and of course the song itself is incredible and dynamic, just like Answers was, and it really did showcase your voice very beautifully. So
thank you. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah,
I know we were really grateful the fans responded to it, because it is a real different song, and you never know how people are gonna
I would love to.
And I was very flattered they asked me again.
On a personal level, I would love to see that added to the Distant Worlds lineup. That would be.
Oh God, yes.
Oh my God, yes, please.
That would be so cool.
We did it in Chicago. We had a big show we just did in Chicago the day after Christmas, and we performed it live for the first time.
So, that is so. I didn't even hear about that.
It will be. Yeah, so it will be something that I think is done, but I think. Distant Worlds has done so much touring the last few years. I think what I sort of see happening is, you can't return to a city too frequently, you have to kind of let some time go by before you play there again, and I think right now, like, I don't have anything even booked right now this year, but that could change because that often does. But
hasn't been to Washington D.C. in a while.
Yeah, they haven't. I know so who knows? Like, I don't know what's going to be happening. But there's different branches because Nobuo's doing that piano opera tour right now with Final Fantasy, and he's doing that, and and then I know he's doing his other thing with his band, and so and I think Arnie's actually really focusing more on that intimate, which is more of a chamber thing, which there's no singing at all. So
yes.
and then that's where I kind of go, well, maybe I should just do a tour and do Susan Calloway and just do my,
Well,
again.
yes. Well, Susan.
I would be there.
Limit Breaking Music is looking for acts. So we could use some live talent on the show.
Awesome. Well, this would be the path to that, though. And again, I always put myself in the fans' hands. If you guys want this, then help me spread the word and let's make it happen because I can't do this without you guys, and supporting me, and I so appreciate that. Even the fans that are listening right now, your support, it means everything to me because I can't. Obviously, my success, lives or dies on you guys purchasing the CD or the download, whatever's out there, and then creating a demand for me to tour because I would love to do that. I just have to be able to afford to. So
there you go, guys.
All that helps.
Take to Twitter and share the music and let Susan know that there's a demand for her to come to your hometown.
Yeah.
So
did I just blow your mind?
Yeah, because I'd love to do it. So.
Susan, I don't know if you can see our Twitch chat, but you're getting a lot of love and support in the Twitch chat right now. They have been freaking out ever since you came on.
Absolutely, yeah.
Speaking of touring and performances too, has there been any word, any whispers of whether or not we might see you out at a certain FanFest in Las Vegas in October?
Well, the good thing about this FanFest is that I have much advance notice, which sometimes I don't. I have gotten a lot of, there's a London FanFest going on in March, and they really wanted me to come, but I didn't, you need a little more notice to go to London, because it's a more expensive trip. So I think there's a chance for that. I mean, that's another thing I'm working on is maybe doing, a FanFest kind of, making myself available for some of the FanFest and maybe doing like a show while I'm there, have a concert event where we can do a concert and a meet and greet and hang out with the fans. I'd love to do that.
Susan, let me tell you something. This year is actually the 10-year anniversary of Limit Break Radio starting up. We're gonna,
awesome.
we're making significant efforts to all be out at FanFest. I think if there was a show or anything, I think that it would be awesome if we could direct all of the LBRmy out to that show. We had a great after party out there last year, and sadly enough, the venue that we had it at closed. But we were able to get almost 100 people out to a club. It was a lot of people, and it would be so much fun if maybe we could merge those two things. That would be really cool.
That'd be awesome.
That would be fantastic.
Let's try to pursue that because I think it'd be great. And right about that time too, hopefully my record would be out, which would be great timing. To have something new to give the fans, and I think it'd be great. So
there you go.
Let's shoot for that. We've got our work cut out for us, everybody.
That's right. So get excited for FanFest. I think this is something to get excited about. And of course, thank you for your time, Susan. I have to ask you.
My pleasure.
I have to ask you though before we let you go. Is it possible if we could get you to sing a few bars? Is that possible? Is there any remote possibility?
Do it, dude.
Just the first line of answers for maybe the first two lines. I don't know. Let's see how many we can do.
Sure, why not? I'll sing a couple lines for you. All right, you ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
To all of my children in whom life flows abundant. To all of my children in whom death has passed his judgment. The soul yearns for honor and the flesh the hereafter. Look to those who walk before to lead those who walk after. There you go.
Wow. Thank you.
Oh, you are so amazing.
That's
My chat is
excellent.
flipping out right now.
That was such a treat. Thank you so much, Susan.
You're so welcome, you guys. Love you. Thank you so much for the support. So appreciate you guys.
Thank
Have a good
you.
Sunday. And
Yes.
I'll come on your show anytime.
Oh.
I really support what you guys are doing.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you. We support you. Susan Calloway, singer of course, Answers and Dragon Song. Little performance of Answers there for you guys.
I love you, Susan.
Thank you so much, Susan, for coming on and letting us know about the artist version of Answers that's going to be coming out in a week, guys.
Greatest conversation ever.
Did that just happen?
That just happened.
Oh my god.
Oh wow.
I'm like crying.
Oh
God! Like
deep breaths.
Cal is walking over to me. Ow! Hey, you're supposed to pinch yourself.
Okay,
you
guys,
idiots.
this is real life.
Oh wow!
Oh my gosh!
So you heard it first, guys. I think FanFest is definitely an event to get super hyped for.
It's canon. We're doing an event with Susan Calloway.
It's canon. The Answers cut is my birthday present.
Oh, guys! Oh, that was
I'm
awesome.
Crying.
That was awesome.
No, me too.
Oh, would
God damn it!
Have we arrived? We've arrived.
Would you relax?
Failing podcast.
Everyone in this room is at half mast, even Nika.
Guys,
Not denying it.
Literally every single person who listens to this show, downloads this show, listens live, if you're hearing this, you absolutely have to pick up the artist version of Answers that's coming out next week. We'll have links to it all over our website at limitbreakradio.com. Huge shout out to Kooky Persona for setting up that interview.
Oh God, Kooky,
knocking it out of the park with that one. Thank you so much, Kook, for setting that up. And again, huge shout out to Susan Calloway, dropping some bombs there.
Yeah.
The potential of a.
She said she'd love to do a thing with us.
I know. Well, yeah, but there's also the potential that she might be touring with Nobuo.
How she just casually said his name? Oh yeah, Nobuo.
Yeah.
Like no big deal. Like when we talk about him, it's Nobuo Uematsu.
That's right.
You could almost in her voice. She was like, "Wait, was I supposed to say that?" Whatever.
Fuck it. That was cool. That was so cool.
Seriously, Kooky. Like when we first quote unquote hired Kooky, she's like, oh yeah, this is what I want to do for a living, so it'd be cool to get some resume stuff, right? We're never letting you go, Kooky.
Yeah.
You don't get to go anywhere else.
That's
you
right.
are stuck with us.
That's right. No, that was so awesome. Thank you so much to Susan for stopping by the stream. Okay, so let's talk.
So wait, we have the rest of the show.
Yeah, we have a rest of it. Yeah,
that wasn't the end.
No, yeah, just reset your brains.
How do we top that?
Yeah, how am I supposed to follow that up?
Yeah,
Butt God.
Yeah, I'm gonna praise the butt god.
You know what? You know what? Nothing can follow that up. Okay, so I feel like we should just give all of the fail of trying to Escalia and let him do the FM or the FFFLs. Yeah. Is that a thing we can do?
Yeah, we can do that. Let's do that.
I just stopped talking. That's all I did. Okay.
My brain is just melting out of my ears.
I thought there might have been production because nobody was talking.
Good, Nika. Good girl, Nika.
She's starting to learn.
I wish I could
2
give
weeks
you
away from the program. She's got it under her.
I wish I could toss you a Nika treat. A Nika snack.
I've got sweet tarts that can count.
All right, guys. Week 3 of the FFFL asked many questions. Important questions like, what happens in the event of a tie, assholes? And why would you put a gun user in your melee DPS role? Another good question. All right, so leading off the sporting news update, Titans Banana Hammock released Yang in favor of picking up Kane.
How did I not pick out music for this? Didn't I pick out music for this?
We had music last time.
You used the Sports Center?
No, it was the Wii. It was the Wii Sports theme.
Put that up real quick.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Hurry up.
I think I even forgot to insert that into the podcast. So like, there's all these references to it, and then they don't hear anything. So it's like, oh, is that good? Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's totally good.
That's why we're a failing podcast.
Yeah. Right.
It has
Well,
Susan
hey,
Calloway on
whatever. Whatever. It's fine.
All right.
Stop! Don't do it. Stop! Don't do it with your mouth.
Use some other part of your body.
Phrasing.
There you go.
All right. Leading off our sporting news update, Titans Banana Hammock released Yang in favor of picking up Kane. Despite the pickup, though, Kane spent the week on the bench learning the team's offensive schemes, leaving Balthier to fill in for the unfortunate task of filling in as the team's melee DPS. Not the best call, but...
All right, but to be fair...
spears and shit.
In FF12, he can use melee stuff.
Okay. The Jailbirds also made a change up this week, ending their experiment with Chemist Bartz in favor of picking up Rydia. And meanwhile, the Callow Klux clan released Sid to pick up Zidane. Our reporters caught up with Sid, and he replied, quote, "It's a huge mistake. I did the best I could, but usually they give garbage men a truck when they have to carry this much trash." He was a little upset.
Not enough expletives.
Okay.
Also, I would like to point out that we were tied, and I was a little bit ahead for most of that match. And if I would have been paying attention on Friday, I totally would have found a way to cheat and, catch up.
On that note, over to the scoreboards, Rydia did prove to be the difference maker because the Jailbirds scored their first win of the season against the Callow Klux clan.
You're welcome.
And meanwhile, Bondage and Servitude bounced back from last week's disappointment, sending the woeful Banana Hammocks to 0-3.
Because boobies bounce.
That's right.
0-3.
0-3 on the season.
Hold on.
You're getting trounced.
Papa, come here. Come here.
You gotta take the mic away from
I'm not. No, I'm actually gonna give you a mic for a minute. All right. 0-3.
Oh, look, it's your character.
0-3. That's pretty fucking bad. So, do you have anything to say?
We almost caught up to Juxta this week. I think we lost by 1 or 2. So
you suck.
Okay, but what? Dude, 0-3. That's pretty fucking bad. How are you gonna change shit up going forward?
We're gonna really shake up the lineup this week. So
are you gonna get rid of fucking Bannon?
Who the fuck is Bannon?
I feel
Duncan.
like that's your... Duncan.
I was gonna say
It's just Bannon's artwork because that's all that exists.
Yeah.
There's never been a picture of Duncan. Yeah.
I think Duncan's gonna get replaced. I don't know. We gotta make a change up somehow.
All right, there you have it from the head of the Titans Banana Hammocks. Meanwhile, our two first place teams. Our two first place teams had a primetime showdown as Henger's Crucible battled the Besaid Butt Plugs, and they dueled to a draw. They came in at a tie, but unfortunately, this is the FFFL.
There can be only one.
We don't have draws in the FFFL.
There aren't ties?
There are no ties in the Final Fantasy Feast League, so we will be determining the winner right now. And we're going to do that because there are 5 people on this staff who do not have a dog in this race. That would be Juxta, myself, Callow, Kookie, and Len. But we're not just going to take a vote. We are going to vote, but this is kind of like that week of play, the listener votes, that was the first half. And now comes the second half. So, Aniero, Nika, you need to give your teams an inspirational halftime speech to get them ready for the second half. And we will vote on the winners.
Based on the speeches?
Based on the speeches.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
I need some time. I am no good at improv.
You don't get time to plan halftime
that's
speeches.
That's not how this works.
Look, you're walking into the locker room right now, all right? They're all half naked. They're sweating. They're demoralized. They're down on their luck. They need you right now in this moment to lift them up and put them back to full mast. All right?
I would vote for you right now.
Now, this is your fucking chance. You don't get time to fucking write this shit. The game's on the line.
Jeff is the coach, not me.
Hang it. No. Somebody needs to flip a coin to determine who goes first here.
Who's got a coin?
That's fair. Who carries coins anymore?
What year is this? No one has a coin. Odds.
Woody, you're an old person. Don't you have coins?
Aniero, odds or evens?
My collection at home.
No, wait. We'll flip this notebook that I have.
That's not gonna work.
Aniero,
there are literally coins in a dish out there.
Odds or evens?
Oh my god. Evens.
Odds.
All right.
Nika, you have choice. Do you want to go first or second?
Second, please.
All right, Aniero, take it away with your halftime inspirational speech for your team.
Okay, guys. Now, we know that ties are unacceptable. Villains never tie. We always win. Always win. Don't pay attention to the end of the game. That doesn't matter. At some point, we're always up. We're always kicking them in the dick, okay? We've just got to go out there and continue to kick them in the dick. It doesn't matter. No other part of the body matters. Just focus on the dick, okay? When whatever they do, if they try to dodge, you dodge them and kick them in the dick, okay? Doesn't matter what happens. Always go for the dick.
Or cock.
Not all of my players have dicks.
People will be quoting
Doesn't
that
matter.
on their Facebook posts, I'm sure, later this year.
That's right.
That's going for the Oscar right there.
Go for the dick.
Kick him in the dick, Aniero 2016.
All right, Nika, you're walking into the locker room of the Hangers Crucible, and they're all looking to you. What do you have to say to your team?
I don't know. I'm so bad at that. It's not fair. Aniero does this for a living. I don't have this kind of improv.
You have to inspire children every day, Nika. Come on.
Yeah, they're 5. They're not like fully grown men. This is difficult.
Neither's Prish. Inspire her.
Well, me and Prish had a thing in FF11, so she already knows I can inspire her, so she's good to go. Okay. Gosh, this is ridiculous. I am no good at this. Well, they're the villains, and we're the good guys, first of all. And villains never win, so I know everybody's going to win. So there's no competition here. And afterwards, we can all go back to my place, and my 11 character got around a little bit, and no one says my 14 character can too.
She just offers sex.
Did Nika just incentivize her team with an orgy?
She did.
I did.
Interesting play.
It's a joke from our stream last night, but yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. She's got Orin and Waka. That might work.
Oh, wow.
I have no speech.
Who else on your team, Nika?
So it's Orin, Waka, Prish, Jekt, and
who's the other one, Nika? You don't even know. Is it Yuna? Do you have Yuna?
No,
it's her tank.
No, I had another girl. That was Ferris.
Yeah, and Ferris.
Okay, in the chat,
of
death
all-
by Rose Snoo.
First of all, she just offered an orgy to Prish. There's no way that you guys can be calling me the pedo anymore, okay?
Prish is like 800 years old, right?
That is on Nika now. All right. All right.
100 years old.
So
and
voting.
if you watched our stream, you know me and Prish already have a thing.
So we're voting now.
We're voting.
All right.
Callie, you want to lead us off with the vote?
Sorry, Aniero, as awesome as your speech was, she just offered to be in a gangbang with her team. that's pretty desperate, so I'm going to have to vote for Nika.
Yes!
Take it over to Papa Woody.
Go with the butt plugs.
The butt plugs. Aniero going 1-to-1, juxtaposition.
No, I'm gonna go with Aniero because I feel like that would definitely inspire your team to really go for the dick.
Only
kick him in the dick.
Yeah, kick him in the dick.
Here's the problem, though. 2 people on Nika's team don't have dicks. And I feel like Orin probably hasn't gotten laid in a long time. That's going to be a huge incentive. I'm going to vote for the Hangers Crucible, which is going to leave it up to Kooky
for the tiebreaker.
We got our correspondent Kooky on the line.
Hi, Kook.
I'm here.
All right.
Who's winning?
All right. Producer Kooky, who wins this?
I actually like Anero's team.
There it is.
Kick him in the dick wins.
All right, the dick speech takes all.
Guys, that's too
thanks,
bad
Coop.
too, because going up against you know whose team's gonna be the team to beat is Anero's team.
The dick kickers.
Yeah.
Undefeated now.
Undefeated.
Yeah.
That was the one chance to get them a defeat in their in their corner, and you guys just fucked it up.
There'll be another matchup.
And why, Juxta? Because Nika beat you. That's why. You voted for Aniero purely out of salt and spite.
No,
you did.
I have integrity. Out of both of the speeches, I feel like Anero's speech would have resonated most with the team. So I went with my heart.
All right.
You're a fucking liar.
That's it. I only voted for Nika because I stream with her, so.
And because he knows how intimate I get with my
favoritism
with my lovers.
It's very true. I've been witness to it.
I'm very caring and loving.
All right, we figured that issue's done.
Over to the waiver wire this week. Available for drafting this week. We've got Cloud, Bartz, Judge Geese, Ozma, Quistis, Titus, Setzer, Vincent, Almia, and Sabin. And the waiver wire order is Nika, Aniero, Juxta, Papa Woody, Escalia, and Callow.
Fresh off their defeat, Nika goes first. Do you want to swap anyone from your team out?
Well, I was going to say no because I was undefeated, but I don't,
But since the orgy didn't pay off...
Who are you blaming your defeat on this week, Nika?
I mean, that's true. We tied, so that's fair. So are the only people up to grab are the people on this list?
The 10 that I just listed are who is available, and that list will rotate every week.
Okay, so we're not oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, I don't see, who are the range DPS on there?
Setzer and Vincent?
Okay. I think that as much as I love Waka, he's slightly useless at this point in time. So if I could swap Waka for Vincent,
Motherfucker!
All right. Nika Nika and the Hengers Crucible lay a claim on Vincent, and being that they're first in the waiver wire order, they will get him.
Okay, so I'm next, right?
You are next, sir.
All right, so I'm going to swap out my flex. So I'm going to take...
You're booting...
Emerald
You're
weapon.
putting Seymour in
That's right.
Okay.
Putting Seymour in.
All right, so Seymour's...
Booting Emerald weapon.
All right, Emerald weapon's going to your bench.
And then I'm going to take Cloud onto my team.
Booting Emerald weapon?
I'm going to take Cloud onto my team, and I'm going to have the rest of my team kill Cloud.
Who are you releasing to free agent status? Because somebody has to be released. This is going to
Right, Emerald weapon.
Okay.
That's what I said I was going to release.
So you're booting Emerald weapon to put Cloud on your bench, and then you're going to murder him.
That's right.
That's not how this works.
No, that is how it works.
Wouldn't you be disqualified for killing people?
made it up.
I'm not going to promise that there won't be an investigation into this, but I can't say no.
Disqualification may be a thing at this point.
You realize you're now going to be down a man, right?
That's
His
fine.
flex position.
He'll just
He's in
release
first
the dead
place anyway.
body.
He can lose a week.
We're undefeated.
And you aren't concerned with how this is gonna reflect on your fans?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, but it'll probably make Sephiroth try really hard this week.
Villains. Only villains like him.
I'll bet you Sephiroth tries really hard this week.
You hear that? Only villains like Aniero. So if you've been voting for the butt plugs, it's canon that Nika says that you're a villain.
You just voted for the Cloud Killer, by the way, so good job.
Yay.
All right, so third up on the waiver wire is Juxta. Did you want to make a swap?
I sure did.
Okay.
We're going to release Minfilia. Because, well, we all know what happens with her. And
for probably good reasons.
Too soon.
No, it wasn't. What do you mean? It was in 2.55. It wasn't too soon.
And we're going to pick up Quistis.
All right. Quistis is, so she's going onto your bench then for this week?
No.
Or is she going in the lineup?
We're going to go as the team captain because I'm pretty sure she has good strategies.
You realize she got fired as an instructor, right?
She's a teacher. She's got this.
No, she's not. She got fired because she sucks at it.
Trust me.
All right.
No, because she started flirting with her students.
Yeah. All right. Papa Woody, you want to make a swap?
Not right now.
All right. Scalia, I'm standing pat this week, and Callow.
I don't know. Fuck. I kind of wanted to get a new tank in here this week, but like my only choices are what? Like Judge Geese?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This waiver wire is not very good. Is it possible to pick up anyone that's recently been released to free agent status?
Sure, Bart's because he's on the waiver wire.
Oh fuck.
You could pick up Knight Bart's.
We can also trade, can't we?
You can trade.
Who do you have as your tank right now, Banana Hammocks?
Furion.
Oh fuck.
Well, you guys can save that and let me know later on. So the current standings are in first place, the Besaid Butt Plugs at 3-0, Henger's Crucible at 2-1, Bondage and Servitude at 2-1, the Morty and Jailbirds at 1-2, the Callow Clux Clan at 1-2, and Titans Banana Hammock rounds it out at 0-3, and that's what is going on in the Final Fantasy Feast League this week, guys.
All right, I got an offer for you, Papa Woody. Obviously, your team isn't working out.
Right.
You need to change something up, right?
Right.
Because you're dying so much, maybe it's your healer. You should try out Elfinow, man. I'll give you Elfinow for Yuna.
Sweet trade.
Papa, that's a bad idea.
We'll talk about that later.
Oh, fuck off. So what are the matchups this week then?
Yeah, that would be a good idea to go over, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
The music queued out. All right. This week's matchups are Titans Banana Hammock versus Henger's Crucible.
Ooh.
The Besaid Butt Plugs versus the Callow Clux Clan.
Oh.
And Bondage and Servitude versus the Morty and Jailbirds.
All right, I'm putting the call out right now. All right? To all the clan members out there.
Oh my god.
That's what you're hearing your fan base.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I need you guys to rally to my cause.
No!
Rally to my cause.
No, we do
okay?
not need a clan rally.
We are taking down the Besaid butt plugs. All right? Your terror ends here, Aniero. Your reign is over.
Oh
what
my
are they
God.
gonna burn on the say butt plug's front lawn?
Oh dear.
A giant butt plug.
Oh no.
You're going down.
I don't get it.
You're going fucking down.
The chat's just like, Callow, stop.
No, Kahlo, don't.
He was so young.
Wow. Oh, just wow. So yeah, I am
socially awkward.
Inappropriate. I am noticing that the chat is quite delayed. I'm going to see if I can reboot it here. See if I can get it to resync.
Hello, please.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in for episode number 52. Of course, we're going to be talking about 3.2 here in just a second. And we want to get your reactions to 3.2. What do you think of the patch? Has it been enough content? And overall reactions, storyline, Alexander, we want to hear it all. So line up with your calls over at Limit Break Radio on Skype or 810-515-8715. All right, let's check out some Final Fantasy news.
This is a Limit Breaking News Update.
All right, so we do have a couple of pieces of FF news here to talk about. Of course, there is the Heavensward Music Contest. Now, I think that this is pretty exciting. To celebrate the release of the Sound Team's newest masterpiece, Heavensward Final Fantasy XIV Original Soundtrack, we're holding a special contest focused on the music of Heavensward. Soak up the tranquil sounds of the evening theme for Foundation Night in the Broom, and perform your own rendition of the song. Will you keep it classy and a soothing piano or violin, completely jazz it up, or perhaps straight up rock out? That is all up to you. Put your heart and soul into the music and bring back the feelings you felt when taking your first steps into Ishgard. The final judging will be performed by sound director Masayoshi Soken. I struggle with the names.
That's right.
Is it? Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Prizes include decorative plaque signed by Soken, as well as in-game item packages. So you can check out the FinalFantasy14.com website for that. We'll, of course, have links to it at our website, limitbreakradio.com. That's at the Lodestone. I think that this is one of the coolest contests that they've ever done.
I want to do this, but I just don't know how. I don't have this.
I wish I was
somebody
more
who's doing it.
inclined.
Like, team up with me and let's create some lyrics for it and let me sing, please. Okay, thanks.
What's up with your voice today, Nika?
What do you mean?
You sound kind of croaky and froggy.
Well, that happens after a 10-hour stream of voice acting.
Oh, really? Because I've never had that problem after streaming for 12 hours.
Yeah, but you're doing like 10,000
Maybe. Oh, bullshit. Maybe if you did it more often, it wouldn't be such a strain on your voice.
Whoa.
I
see.
I don't
Peer
even
pressure.
sound that bad, actually. Compared to how I've sounded after the last two conventions I've been to, my voice sounds pretty damn good today. Thank you very much.
You do sound more manly and Rogan-y, so I'll give you that.
Thank you.
We forgot. We were so distracted by Susan coming on at the beginning of the show. We forgot to welcome you back from your con
tour vacation.
Yeah. Welcome back to the world of the living.
Thank you.
Yeah. We've also got some new optional items added to the cash shop. That is, of course, the lightning and snow. Everyone gets their fucking Final Fantasy 13 shit.
Sweet.
And there's still so many people that are like, I need this stuff. Bring the event back.
I know.
Like, the event came back 3 times. That event was in our game 3 separate times.
I know. And they're just like, shut the fuck up and
buy it at this point.
Yeah.
What if you weren't high enough level?
What, 5? 15?
No, 45 to get everything. To get the body.
Okay.
Then get good.
Yeah.
Or what if you started playing in Heavensward?
Yeah.
Then you can buy it.
Who gives a shit? Then you missed out on it. Some shit is exclusive. Why is that a bad
Everybody
thing?
should have access to everything
No.
in Nero.
Oh my god.
No, I think that's
No.
fair. You missed it. It's in the cash shop.
Yeah,
Pay for it if you want.
well, whatever.
I don't mind it being in the cash shop.
Okay,
That
well
doesn't
then
bug
you
me.
No,
know
I
what?
don't mind it terribly being in the cash shop either. It's just like
Hold on. By Nika's standards,
if you're
you
dumb enough to
missed
spend the money.
It's in the cash shop. So after Heaven's Ward, I would like all the Savage cutscenes to go to the cash shop because I missed them.
Cutscenes don't go in the cash shop.
Lol.
I think they need to make new weapons for all the new jobs.
Wait, did you say all the Savage cutscenes? There are no Savage cutscenes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
There aren't any. Good job.
Just give me the Savage gear in the cash shop right now. Then.
Way to go. Yeah, we already got those. It's called normal mode. Anyway, yeah. So, we've also got this piece of news. A lot of music news this week. On top of all of the bombshell announcements dropped on us by
Aniero,
Susan Calloway. Sure.
Could I request that you come up with like a voice to read this next thing in?
Oh yeah, I think I've got a voice. I think I've got a voice. So anyway, this is the other tidbit of news that happened this past week. Does anyone remember the band Powerman 5000? No. Oh, that's what I thought too. So there was this band in the mid to late 90s called Powerman 5000 that had they were most famous for having Rob Zombie's brother.
Did they do like some of the Matrix music?
I don't know.
So wait, but so if you're famous for just being related to someone, are they're like a Kardashian of the music world? Except not as successful?
Yeah, kind of.
Sweet, I'm famous now because I'm related to Tom Selleck.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
They did this song. They did this song "When Worlds Collide." It's probably the only song by them anyone knows. Yeah. It's not good.
It sounded familiar to me, but then when I listened to it, I'm like, no, I've never heard this.
They've sold it to enough movies because they needed to make money somehow because they weren't selling records. But they sold it to enough movies that I'm sure you heard it in a terrible movie in the 90s. Like just a really piece of shit movie.
Like Matrix Reloaded.
Yeah, so yeah, they did this song "When Worlds Collide," and it was awful. And so they heard the second phase of the Sephiroth theme, and apparently thought it sounded like them. That sounded like their own music. So they put this up on their Facebook this past week. And
how long have they actually had a Facebook? Because if they made a Facebook for this very reason, that'd be hilarious.
Well, their band hasn't been relevant in the Facebook era.
Yeah.
It hasn't been. But to be fair, I have heard the song before.
Oh, well, everyone's heard the song.
I think it was playing like the skate rink during a field trip or something.
Yeah, it's like something that I heard a couple times, like on the radio or like when I was out and about, but I never actually turned it on to listen to it myself.
When you played Tony Hawk Pro Skater?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
it was in THPS, wasn't it?
You know, honestly, hey, like, if you're going to say that in defense of Powerman 5000, I know someone whose band was on the Tony Hawk soundtrack as well. So, I mean, like, personally, like, they're a friend of mine.
Macklemore was on there?
No, Macklemore was not on there.
Oh, it's the only band you ever mentioned, so.
That's funny.
Well, read it because apparently they've also responded to it.
Yes, they have. So yeah, they did that song "When Worlds Collide." So, all right, let's read it. Really? I've got to say, the level of unimaginative theft that was used in creating this music for Final Fantasy XIV is mind-blowing. I mean, this is When Worlds Collide! Using something as inspiration is one thing, but straight up rip it off is another. Did they really think no one would notice? Hashtag FF14! Hashtag FFRivoff!
Well, actually, you're right. No one did notice.
To clarify, this music is from the game. If it was a song made by a fan, we wouldn't care. Oh, come on. That was my best impression of Spider-1.
There's no way any of them
Pretty
play
good. I really
14.
liked it, actually.
So I want to know who's the one douchebag fan who was like, hey, 14 ripped off your song.
Yeah, someone definitely like tagged them.
Some fucking groupie.
Yeah.
The one guy who likes their music.
Yeah,
I'm willing to bet too it was someone who's just like, this is a nice nod to Powerman 5000.
Probably. And then they take it and be all shitty with it.
Would you?
He's pissed.
Do we have a Square Enix's response to it?
We
did respond.
We do.
I don't think Square Enix has ever made me so happy in one line.
Oh my God, this was really funny. So of course, when the band says something, you're going to get a whole lot of people talking, and Yoshi P issued this statement.
Would you relax?
Basically, yeah. Regarding the music for the second phase of Containment Bay S1T7, I have read through your comments concerning the background music for the second phase of the Containment Bay battle with Sephiroth, and I would like to personally explain how the track was conceived. As most Final Fantasy fans already know, Sephiroth the Fiend is a legacy boss character who originally appeared in Final Fantasy VI. When considering how to portray Sephiroth's return in Final Fantasy XIV, we decided to pay tribute to Final Fantasy VI by working 6's Battle to the Death track into the Containment Bay's first phase, when opting to create an FF14 original for the second. Building upon the motif of Sephiroth as a representation of the World Tree to create this Final Fantasy XIV original track, we further incorporated story-driven themes of death and warped obsession with life, all while utilizing a musical genre, industrial rock, which we believe would provide substantial emphasis to this message. Industrial rock is a popular genre that can be further divided into numerous subgenres. Countless songs from these genres have been released worldwide, and I have been made aware of an allegation regarding the similarities between an existing track and the track created for the second phase of Containment Bay. However, track composer Soken has also stated to me that he was unaware of the track in question when working on this Final Fantasy track. We hope that you continue to enjoy Final Fantasy XIV battle content, yada yada yada.
No, they stole it from us, those liars!
Well, we heard that you're gay.
It's like my favorite, okay, so somebody I was reading the comments after they posted that Facebook post, and I couldn't get it around my head, and they're saying, okay, some person in the comment was like, if you take the song and strip all the vocals out, then take the chorus and put it on loop, Shazam says that it's your song. I'm like, okay, wait. And they're like, if Shazam says it, a judge is going to say it too. I'm like, wait, okay.
What?
You have to strip the song.
Hang on.
You have to strip the song to its bare bones. Take, 4 measures, 5 measures, 6 measures, and put it on loop, and then Shazam says it's their song?
That's insane.
That is such a strong argument for a ripoff.
There's a parody band or something that has an entire act where they go through 20 number one pop songs using the same riff.
Yeah, the same
and they all
chords.
fucking fit.
Axis of something or other.
Yeah, so fuck off.
Aniero.
I love how intelligent the response was to Powerman. And then their response to that is fucking classic.
What Lion MX said is what I've heard more people saying in our chat. He said that the song sounds a lot more like Devil May Cry songs, and that's what I've heard a lot of people say, actually.
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
it's hard to say that it's just this band's song.
It sounds like industrial music. I mean, and basically what Yoshi P is saying is dude, industrial music, your song sounds just like fucking Gravity Kills or Static X or 9 Inch Nails. I mean,
Static X especially.
I mean, it's just Rob Zombie's little brother going, I can maybe get famous again. People will talk about me.
It didn't work.
Oh my God. Well, it did work.
Well,
it got people very annoyed, myself included.
Now you remember Powerman 5000.
Oh,
how unfortunate!
Because before
I'm so glad I remember that band
for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah,
hey,
right.
you know what? That's 5 minutes they got back.
I sent a bunch of angry tweets at.
Did he respond to any of them?
Did he ever respond?
No.
Once again, he's riding some of his coattails.
Yeah, he did, but he did reply in a Facebook post a couple of days later. An update on the Final Fantasy music controversy.
What controversy?
Fascinated by the level of interest on this. Opinions range from total agreement to extreme hatred towards the subject, and me apparently. Yeah, that was me, bro. That was those were all my tweets. That was my tweets where I was saying that your brother Rob who is clearly a lot more famous and talented than you are, never had to accuse a video game of stealing his music because it shared a couple of the same notes.
So the range is from total agreement to utter hatred of you. So that's literally his mom to Aniero.
Good joke, Juxta.
Thank you. I tried on it.
So crazy! This original post was a 2-sentence observation about a piece of music that was too similar to be coincidence. Since then, there has been some sort of declaration of war. Oh, internet.
Did you know that if you take Amish Paradise and change all the lyrics, Weird Al just stole Gangster's Paradise?
I know, it's crazy.
We're pretty butthurt about it.
Anyway, there's no lawsuit.
Mostly because you don't have any legal grounds to sue on.
There's no cry for attention or publicity.
Actually, no, you got that.
Just an observation. Going back to my normal MO of not participating in social media. Thanks for the fun. See you on the road.
No, you won't.
Okay, wait. If it was just an observation, why would they have worded it in, they're so not original, I can't believe this is a total ripoff? That's not an observation.
No.
An observation would be like, hey, this song sounds kind of like ours. Isn't that interesting?
That's an accusation.
Observation.
That's an accusation. You know what?
They posted was an accusation.
Yeah, no. What happened was they actually took it to a lawyer, and a lawyer went, "You're fucking nuts. There's no way." Do you know? Yeah, okay, Spider. Let me explain. Here's what the lawyer probably said to him. Okay, look, Spider. I'm going to explain something to you. Okay, you have exactly $53,000 in your bank account, and you're trying to sue one of the largest video game companies in the world. I don't think you have the resources to make this legal case work for you, and you're also a goddamn psychopath.
Quit wasting my time.
So, I mean, like, honestly, like, that's fucking crazy.
I love the idea that Duke Nukem's his lawyer. That would be the most metal thing about him.
If I could get John St. John to represent me in a court of law, I think I'd probably take my chances with it. I know he's not a lawyer, but I'm just like, he's so convincing.
There's no way you would lose. You need one gamer on that jury and you're set.
That's right.
By the way,
time to kick ass and chew bubble gum.
Nika, I give your metal voice a 2 out of 10.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Yep.
Anyway, so yeah, that was the ridiculous shit that happened with Powerman 5000 this week.
What the fuck? So for some reason, this has inspired our chat to throw out a fucking herd of rumpus.
No.
I'm cocking a subscriber.
Yeah, we just got a sub. Cool. And shout out to you, Dayru. Thank you for the sub there. By the way, Alex Floor 7 Savage has been downed today as of 11:38 a.m. I believe. Yes, I believe that credit goes to Elysium.
They've been world first on all 3 of them.
Yes, they have.
And
which is
they were the ones that claimed world first on Savage 4.
Yes.
Right? Yep.
Right.
Cool.
Right.
Grants Elysium.
Right. Yeah. And Mr. Happy. No, he's not. Oh no. No.
Is he playing?
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
He's playing something.
Yeah.
Is he playing another game?
I don't know.
I'm playing both.
Blade and Soul.
I don't know. He's been doing a lot of traveling recently. I don't know if he's.
I heard that too. Yeah. It's crazy. It's nuts.
You know, like real life stuff.
I feel
no more world first.
I feel like he's going soft on FF content. You guys see what I did there?
Yeah, I saw that. All right, so if you'd like to give us a call, we're going to talk about 3.2, our reactions to 3.2, what we felt about the quests, the raids,
earlier.
the activities. What?
So is this going to be just a reaction
talk
episode?
Over Aniero while he's talking and introducing this.
Seriously,
Yeah.
Wow, what the fuck, man?
Pulling a juxta. Someone asked
Grinding.
earlier.
Hold on, what the fuck do I ever do that?
Pulling a Nika.
All right, that's fair.
What?
All right. So someone asked earlier when you first sort of introduced what today's topics are going to be. Is this a spoiler episode or is this reactions and spoilers next week?
We're going to try to do mostly spoiler free. Yeah, because we try to save.
It's been out for a week. Come on.
Not even.
There's like 5 quests.
It's been
11.
out for a week. Kooky hasn't even unlocked the 3.1 stuff yet. Presumably.
Kooky.
Okay, that's a whole patch behind. You can't
Poor
go.
Kooky.
Yeah.
No. We generally save most of the big spoilers for our big spoiler discussion at the end of Heaven's Word. So I mean, I don't know.
I think the last time, last time we only actually had 5 quests. There wasn't any battles, and I still think we waited till the episode after.
Yeah, at least until the episode after to start really getting deep into the story stuff. So
fine.
We'll wait a week.
It's not like you've been here to like talk about other stuff anyway, Nika.
So, what does that have to do with anything?
She want to talk about story today.
What does that not have to do with anything?
Good question.
Also, yes.
God damn it. All of you are terrible. How have we been doing this for 10 years?
We took a break in between.
And it shows. Anyway, yeah, we've been doing how many weekly consecutive episodes? And, oh, God.
A lot.
Bit is a disaster. I'm just gonna let it be a disaster. You guys just ride it out. This is all you.
Surfing that disaster wave.
You do it.
Don't worry, guys. I got this. So,
take us into it.
Reactions for the MSQ. 11 quests, 1 dungeon. Any duties?
One.
No, just the weird like battle thing that's not really a duty.
Yeah.
All right, and one weird battle thing.
So, we had talked about, okay, we're getting 11 quests this time instead of 8. It should hopefully feel longer. There should be more progression that happens in the story. Guess not.
Well, I thought the whole MSQ, I thought like, everything I did, like, it was actually fun and like enjoyable the whole way through, but when you finished, you were like, wow, we are right back where we started.
Well, actually, I don't remember if this actually happened on an episode. I think it was a conversation we had on a stream where when you look back at the way that the MSQ progressed in 2.0, by this point in 2.0, they were still setting up a bunch of shit, and it was like 2.5 that everything really started to be like resolved all at once.
Sure, but I mean, like in this patch, literally, you make a big circle.
Yeah, I guess.
You you end this patch literally where you started.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not much that's going on. I mean, nothing is really even moved forward that much.
There are a few good character moments, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really felt for little Elfie there for a minute.
Yeah.
I felt for my own heart.
And Thancred's acting really weird.
Yeah, he's a bad guy now.
The Thancred punch was
What?
pretty...
No, Thancred is slowly spiraling to depression, I think.
I don't know, something's definitely up with him.
Yeah, he's
letting
evil.
the dark side of the Force get a hold of himself, and now he's gonna turn to the Ascian side.
He's not going Kylo on us, is he?
He's gonna Rilo Ken the fuck out of us.
Dude, if he becomes an Ascian after the whole storyline in the first in 2.0 of being an Ascian,
I don't think you can just become an Ascian.
Rehash it.
But oh my god, I'm calling it now. Seriously.
Thancred's already been possessed by them.
Guys, if Thancred becomes a straight up bad guy, like if we actually have to like fight and kill him, this is gonna be.
Why would we? Okay, Thancred is not
shut up a minute.
gone.
Let me finish. This will be the best thing in the game since the Harshafant plot hole.
I see what you did there.
I will be able to hold this over my benefactor, and she will probably disown me and blacklist me.
Oh, that's
Thancred
why.
is not that far gone that you can even make that kind of speculation with realistic. Like
I can make it.
No, that is not going to happen. He's just depressed, and that is okay. You can be depressed without being a bad guy. There are plenty of depressed people in the world who are not evil.
Okay, hold on.
Sadness leads to rage.
He's joining the
rage
Cyclops
leads to the dark side.
Okay, that's fair, Nika, but can Square Enix write a character for that?
I think so.
Historically speaking, no.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't know. I think he's joining the Cyclops Beastmen. It's going to be hype.
If their track record is to be believed. Okay, so no, but seriously, it was it enough story to satiate you guys? I'm going to go out there and say no. I was actually really disappointed by the story.
Let me ask you this then: has there ever been a time, discounting like the initial release of an expansion, that you finished and been like, all right, that was enough to satiate me?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, a couple of times.
Because I'm always like, fuck, I need more.
No,
2.4 with Shiva, I felt really good at the end of that.
There's usually it's like it's not like oh, that was enough, but it was like it ends and I was like, fuck, the next thing is going to be so fucking awesome.
Okay.
I can't wait. I got none of that.
Next question then.
Got none of that. I was like,
was this a result of not enough content / cutscenes, or the writing wasn't up to par?
No, I think the writing was good. I think
the scenes that we did have are pretty good.
So what we got, you liked. You just wanted more. It didn't end on the right note.
I feel like
no. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that the entirety of the storyline content that we got, it should feel longer. Like I felt like I was done with it in 2 hours, and that was it.
Yeah.
There was there was one dungeon attached to it, and it didn't feel like enough, even up against what we got in 2.0. It feels like less.
Is that they only release story on the solid number patches? I feel like if they release story on 0.1 and 0.15, 0.2, 0.25, 0.3, 0.35, and they release them every half patch, this would be good. But they don't. That's the problem.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, if we had just gotten more story out of 3.15 leading into this, then that would have been better.
Right. And then if we're going to get more at 3.25, I would be totally fine with that.
Knowing
but we have to wait an
3.3
entire 3 months.
Yeah, no, and I'm not saying just add more for the sake of adding more. That's just padding. What I'm saying is there are parts of this expansion that feel, in terms of narrative, very rushed. They're rushing to get to. They're rushing to get to the next thing. They're rushing to get to the Nidhogg confrontation. They're not, and this has been a common complaint of ours in the past, that they're just not resolving anything. Nothing got resolved in this patch.
Warrior of Darkness, anyone? They introduce them, and then the next one, they just, by the way, he's here, but we're not going to do anything.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's a lot of weird plot lines they introduced in the last patches that just did not.
We don't think that's all set up.
It's set up,
It's set up, but it's getting to be too much to follow, even for an MMO plotline.
And that's honestly because there's so much time between patches.
That is part of it, yes.
There was 3 different things that I guess we'll talk about next time, but there were 3 things they teased at the end that were okay.
Right.
And that we're going to totally forget about by the time the next story comes out again.
Right.
There was just such a small 5-second tease that you're okay, that might mean something. I'm not going to remember that when the next story comes out at all.
Yeah. It's, it didn't feel and there wasn't enough that actually happened in there where I was like, whoa, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where I was like, that was either a great moment. I mean, there were a few particular moments that sort of got me, and that I thought were poignant and well done. And I actually do think that the writing is well done. I think that they're drawing some parallels to real life events that are fascinating. I didn't think that you'd be able to have that kind of commentary on the world in a Final Fantasy game. It's pretty cool. I got to give them that. The writing is very good. There are bits that feel rushed or incomplete.
Well, rushed. I mean, they spent this whole patch doing effectively one event, and all that event did was reset us to square one. I don't know if I would say that's rushed or not. I'd say that's dragging it out.
Well, because, that's part of life too, though, to be working towards something and then getting knocked back and feeling like, well, shit, what the fuck's the point?
Yeah, I suppose, but didn't we kind of see the same thing in 3.1? Wasn't 3.2 just
it felt like a lot of setup.
3.2 is kind of a rehash of the turmoil that you face in 3.1.
You know what would be really interesting once 3.0 is done is to go back and watch all the cutscenes in just one big sequence without all these breaks in between, and seeing how it stacks up to what our expectations were as this was coming out.
No, you've definitely got a good point.
There will be people who will come into this game when 4.0 is announced, and they will get to do the whole of Heaven's Ward as one long story. I'll bet you they'll have a very different take on it.
I know. I'm sure that you're right. All right, let's go to the phone lines. We've got Lauro Felix of Sergeant Tannis joining us now. Lauro, how's it going?
Hey guys,
thanks for joining us on
First of all,
Break
I want to say show's amazing.
Thank you.
Second of all, last night Nika and Escalia, that stream was on point.
Well, we're glad you enjoyed it.
Thank you.
That's just the kind of high-quality entertainment that you get here at twitch.tv/Limit Break Radio, which is definitely worth a follow.
You see him saying that through gritted teeth?
And
compliment right there.
And if you guys would like to get some more of Nikalia, be sure to tune in at the same time next month.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up.
Well, we'd like to go again next Saturday, but you'll probably be having the stream that night.
You can do it on Final Encounter Cast or on...
we could go on the other one, I suppose.
I'm actually thinking about changing the late show night anyway.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, it's getting in the way of my my personal life.
Oh dear.
Womp womp.
My
Well,
nightlife.
if you want to do that, me and Nico would be happy to take it on Saturday.
All right. So, Lauro, what do you think about 3.2 here?
All right, so 3.2 minus Sephiroth EX, because I haven't done it yet, and Might and Savage. I think it's been pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to farming more tomes. I know people hate farming tomes for some reason, but there's really nothing else to do, so I have no problem doing it. As far as Maiden goes, I thought it was really fun. Minus A5, I thought that fight was kind of boring. But I've been having a blast just running A8 over and over again, even though I'm getting nothing out of it because I've already cut into my drop. The main story quest was a little lacking. Like, I'm more interested in what's going on with the Maiden story at this point, and that may be because Maiden kind of
No, Lauro,
Maiden
awful.
What are you talking
ended
about?
on a cliffhanger, so maybe that's why it's more interesting to me,
It's
because I'm like, oh, there's something about
literally
to happen.
the only interesting thing that's happened in that storyline at all.
Lauro, I'm actually going to give you a little bit of benefit here because they did step it up in this patch for the storyline compared to the first patch, but it's still just a boring ass rehashed cliche love story.
No one's gonna argue that like the Midas fights are awesome. They are, but the story sucks.
Yeah,
it's so clear. Oh, Papa. I need a refill. I mean, you're going that way anyway.
Why would you bring the show to a grinding halt?
What? Because he's leaving anyway. What are you supposed to do? Wait for him to come back?
Yes!
Also,
Yes!
stop putting ice in the drinks. I can hear it. I can hear it clinking.
Just tell people to be not clinky with their drinks.
Yeah, that's kind of not possible.
But yeah, so otherwise, Lauro, other than that, like, better than the actual MSQs? No way, dude. There is no emotion. I don't care about any of the Savage characters.
That's not Savage. Well, I don't know why you keep saying Savage. The Alexander.
The Alex characters. I don't care about any of the Alex
Yeah,
characters.
what is it about the Alexander storyline that's hooking you in?
Do you have a loved one that you've
are
lost
we allowed
to some great like machine that you're trying to
You can
get
probably
back?
spoil Alexander. I don't think anyone cares. Do they?
I would say what about it like theme wise or like character wise, without giving too specific of spoilers, is keeping you interested?
Just the whole I don't even know if I can say it, the whole time control thing that Alex has going on.
Okay.
I thought that was really interesting.
That is
Okay, I'm gonna
again,
ask
but that's
because I'm
literally
curious.
the only interesting thing.
Right.
That's
Has there ever been a time?
I mean,
in
the
any-
MSQ isn't interesting at all right now. I mean, they had their little conference and GG with that, and I was like, this is. I waited 2-3 months for this, and this is all we got, and then it ended. And like, there's absolutely nothing going on with the MSQ because they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna go save
Okay,
this guy
a few
eventually,
things happen.
and
A
we're
few
not
things did happen.
doing anything. So.
Okay, now the stuff with the time wonky stuff in Alexander, that was just introduced in this patch, right?
It was introduced literally at the very, very end.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
okay,
haven't
my
beat Brute Justice yet,
question-
so I'm like, what time travel shit?
My
It's
question
literally at
is,
the very
well,
end.
not time travel, but has there ever in any other game been a time where Alexander was in any way related to time?
Yeah, see,
ever.
Not to my knowledge.
That's my question.
I don't think so.
Don't think
No.
so.
Definitely
Okay.
not in 11 and definitely not in 9.
Okay.
Or
Because
8.
I was just really confused. I was like, wait, is there some kind of lore of Alexander that I'm missing here? Okay.
Yeah, it just feels shoehorned in at this point.
It does. That's why I
Hmm.
was confused. Okay.
They're like, oh, nobody cares about Alexander. Let's try time stuff. I'm wondering in Alex 3, when the third tier of Alex comes out, are they gonna like go deeper with that? But like, how can they even like go?
I know where Alex 3 is going. In first Alex, you know what we got? We got the first glimpse at the cat, right? Didn't really do much. I mean, Juxta thought it was Kate Sith, didn't really work. So like, all right, you know what? The cat didn't work. Let's try something a little bit more, out there and like mystically. How about time? Someone's like, time travel? No. Time. That didn't really work. So Alex 3, his both hands are up, right? He's gonna push himself out of the water. We're gonna get primal boobs. They're gonna like boobs. That'll do it. That'll get people interested.
All right.
Boobs.
Oh, God.
Booby bomb.
He's got boobs and he's got a soul. Let's go.
Yeah.
Maybe Happy will come back.
This is bullshit.
I don't know. I like. I wonder if maybe in Japan Alexander is like a more well-liked like summon primal over there because he got a big role in 11, and I just feel like in America, like who cares about Alexander?
Well, I mean, people would care about Alexander if like the story was engaging and they're not just throwing shit at the wall hoping something sticks.
Yeah.
It really does feel like a mishmash of stuff. You've got this weird cone thing and goblins, and the goblins... I mean, the goblins aren't really a very compelling enemy at all.
Not when you don't name them the Illumagabi.
CNC asks, how many prayers does it take to get primal boobs?
43.
I don't know, but I'm sure this fan base is capable of it.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not sure that I can echo your sentiments, Laro, of liking the Midas storyline that much.
I don't hate it as much as I did the last time, but it's definitely like, I just feel like the characters are very shoehorned into the story, and if it was somehow, like, I honest to God, like, if the same story that we have now with this new Aura character was, like, put in as a backstory for a character we already have instead, I would care a little bit more.
But I mean, even with characters that we don't care about, I'm more invested. I mean, the Sky Pirate Void Arc storyline is, in my opinion, one of the most interesting things going on right now.
Is it because of boobs?
Yeah, a lot of it has to do with
But
boobs.
she also has a personality and air of like mystery around her, whereas this character's kind of just like, hi, I suck. Like, she flat out says, all of this is my fault. I suck, guys. And I'm like, okay, why are you...
She has a sweet eye scar, though.
You know what? You know what it is? She's Shinji. Get in the fucking robot, Shinji! Get in the fucking robot! Nobody wants to hear your mopey bullshit anymore about, I lost my boyfriend. Who cares? Who cares? Just take the fucking... I don't know.
You didn't lose him. You crushed him in your hands.
Take that weird black butt plug that we keep seeing in these fucking cutscenes and just go to town. Just go to town. I can't care about it at all. Thanks for the call, Laro, though. We appreciate it. If you want to sound off about your opinions on 3.2, did you like the Alexander storyline? If you did, explain it to us, because we don't clearly get it.
Also, don't forget, if you want to see Potato Den, we need some salt directed at Aniero.
That's right. So you can give us a call on the show, Limit Break Radio on Skype or 810-515-8715. You'll talk to our producer, Kooky Persona, who will get you all prepped and ready for the air, and let us know when you're ready to go. We'll take your call when we can. But we want to know what your thoughts about 3.2 are. Sound off on Skype or 810-515-8715.
Can we go ahead and talk about the actual fights in Alexander?
Yeah, let's talk about those, because I think that they did a much better job on Midas than they did
on anything to recent memory.
Yeah. Those fights are, I mean, the normal fights are really well designed. They're mechanically fun. They're applying, really mechanics that everyone should know at this point.
Yep.
And yet there's enough change and like difference that it's not exactly the same, but yet if you go in blind with just a few practices, you can figure it out on your own without having to look it up.
You said the key word, Aniero, is they're mechanically fun. Because things can be challenging but not be fun. They can still be boring routine. What they did...
Oh, you mean like A3 and 4?
Yeah, exactly. But they added in, like, I love the little RNG elements that they added to all the fights that just mix things up a little bit. You don't know if you're going to get one or two cannon blasts, or you don't know if you're going to get the up or the down that you have to go to.
Yeah, it's a little bit of randomness.
Yeah,
it's not entirely scripted.
Yeah, there are some dynamics to those fights, which I think is a really nice design. And I'm actually, I'll be honest, guys, I actually, this kind of makes me want to try my hand at Savage.
Me too. I want to do Savage for this.
I'm not like I actually really had fun with these mechanics, and I'd love to see them turned up to like the Razor's Edge. I kind of want to try my hand at it.
Are we about to all try Savage Midas?
Well, we are starting a free company.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in the free company,
we could do raid nights.
And currently, Senpai isn't part of a group, so we could snag him up.
Well, we have half a group.
Nika deathly quiet on the other end, by the way.
No, maybe 5. We have 4 or 5 out of 8. We need a few more people.
Too bad we're full on Paladins.
Nika, I was just referring to Senpai.
Yeah. You can't have him. He's in our group.
You're not invited.
Fine. Don't invite the only person with endgame experience into your raid. Good luck, guys.
Sir, Senpai has endgame experience.
He would not go.
I did
I'm sorry. Good job. Well, no. Bye. Oh my god, you guys sound like dying puppies.
Oh man!
Can we take a second and specifically though talk about Midas 3, which was to me the most fun.
It feels like an arcade game.
It was so long.
We struggled on it the most. We did, but I feel like that has the most dynamic. The most dynamic mechanics in it, and it's so great to be like in the thick of it and suddenly realize that you're saying stuff like DPS follow the pussy, tanks watch out for the balls.
It really is. That is a very fun fight.
Midas 3 may be my favorite fight in this game right now.
My favorite is just thinking back on all the little things we were shouting out.
We
And if you came in totally out of context, it's like, watch for the balls. Where's the cat? Stun the fucking heart. Where's the fucking cat?
We totally got teabagged by Alex in that fight. Both balls dropped down on us at the same time. That's a teabag.
It's so weird to see when the balls like pass through each other. They phase in this really weird.
For one moment, they're just like one mega ball.
I've got balls of steel.
Oh my god!
Finally, a use for that drop.
How on the nose. Jeez.
Oh my god! No,
that's exactly where he put his balls, on our noses.
So many things about that fight are so much fun. Like right down to like when you get targeted, running to the opposite end of the cage to give your group more time to DPS down the ads. Like,
which Aniero was awful at.
Nah.
Yeah.
I just thought everything about that fight was a ton of fun, and M4 too. I thought M4 was great.
The first time we hit Brute Justice, and like for some reason that music, right? It's so it's so different than what we're used to. Like when that music came on, I just said to myself, "We're fucked." We're fucked.
We're fucked.
Oh god! It's not a guitar. It's a horn. Now we're really screwed.
Oh my god!
Brute Justice. That's such a great name.
It is a great name. Yeah. And of course the the Voltron nature of the final boss. I did like actually. I had said that I would have liked the like the bosses for each one of the raids to be the different parts that you fight that come together at the end. I actually liked how they combined that into one raid.
Right.
It's one straight like boss run, boss gauntlet.
So good.
Which is you're still just fighting one boss in a circle arena, but for some reason the gauntlet format just really lends itself well as sort of a break.
Yeah, it's changed up, and the fact that if you die in one of them, you don't have to do all of them over again.
Absolutely,
is just a nice little thing.
And the mechanics change up in each one is nice.
Yeah,
yes,
which also serves as a bit of a tutorial and warm up for Midas 4 when you have to go up against two of them at the same time.
That's right. Yeah,
with toned down mechanics. Yeah, it's really well done. The only thing that I would have liked to see them improve at this point, because the actual mechanical and technical designs of this raid are fantastic compared to what we've been giving.
Yeah.
Now, if they can figure out
visually
a way,
too. Oh
yes,
man,
great.
I mean, we had made fun of like the first room. It was like, oh, it's the same.
Yeah, we did.
Exact.
The hallway leading up to
yes,
it just mirrored.
Yes, but no, the way that they switched up the environments and the way that especially the new environments for 7, just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Just gorgeous.
When I got into A5, I saw that first like room with the steam vents and everything, and I started thinking like, oh, and Nero's about to lose his mind because they just recycled these assets. But now you're being like blown upwards onto different platforms. So I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, I think I had the same reaction when we were live on stream. I was like, what is this?
What the fuck?
What the? Oh, wait a minute.
Why can't I?
Some of the trash leading up where you have to split parties, then you grind rails to meet up again.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It was very.
But if they could find a way to introduce a little bit more narrative aspect to all of this without just a cutscene,
right?
That would be really cool. Who is that first dude that we're running into? Have him like shouting RP stuff at us as we're fighting him. Just something else to draw you into it a little bit more.
Just so it's not a boss that you just poke until it dies.
Yes.
But I do think that those fights were very well designed, very fun. I think they've been very well received by most of the community. Most people have been like, okay, this is awesome.
Actually, you know what? Not when he's yelling out these voice things. get them fucking voice acted too.
Yeah.
So we have like an NPC boss ruler that's yelling shit at us as
really
we're
fun,
fighting him.
Livia, she used to do that. Like
Livia,
all the Garlands did that.
Yeah. You're right.
Filthy rats.
Immerse us, Square Enix. You're going in the right direction. Please don't falter going into this next patch.
Sickness must be purged.
You mean voice acting must be purged?
What?
So
that's what this patch was. No more voice acting.
Shut up.
Oh, there was a
Juxta.
No, there
Good
wasn't.
news, everyone. I fixed the pipes.
What?
Wow,
What?
in Ice Crown, the fucking Professor Putricide, he was hilarious.
Yeah.
He got annoying by the end, but he was hilarious.
I'm very excited to see what Savage Mode is gonna end up looking like. I think it actually is gonna inspire me to maybe try to get that done. So if you're a part of the Limit Break Radio Free Company and you want to start doing Savage, maybe get a hold of me.
Dibs on Azealia Crimson, the current champion of the Never Eat 500, is one of our healers.
So we're going to go back and amend what we said earlier. If you want people to do Savage, either put in some glory gear or make the mechanics fucking fun.
Yeah,
make the game fun. Huh?
I have to commend them because they actually very much delivered on these fights.
They did.
Frosty Betrayer.
I sort of feel like I owe it to them. Like I'm like, wow, Square Enix, you stepped up, I'll step up. Fuck it.
Props where it's due.
Yeah.
The perfect personality for Brute Justice, right? Frosty Betrayer just called it. You call this a clear party? Like as he wipes you. What is this? A learning party?
So
Go back to normal mode.
Everything just has to break the fourth wall now?
Yeah.
Deadpool's a thing, and now everything just has to break the fourth wall.
That's obviously why it did so well.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, let's go back to our phone lines. We've got Malkyria on the line. Hey, Malkyria, how's it going?
Malky!
Hi, guys.
Hey, welcome to... thanks for calling Limit Break Radio. So, what do you think about patch 3.2?
Okay, so I haven't finished the main story quest yet, but I'm getting there.
I thought this was Mal. Kooky called?
Excuse me?
Lol.
Excuse you.
We're making fun of Kooky.
You. Listen here, cum slut.
Whoa!
Yeah, I fucking went there. Listen here.
Shots fired.
We're not surprised that you went there, just surprised not at me.
Finish the main story quest. Don't you even fucking go there.
Do you apparently just don't have like an hour and a half to just get through that shit?
Yes, idiot.
Okay, maybe you can save the salt for turning Aniero into a potato, okay? Just chill.
Oh, don't worry. I have plenty of that.
All right. So continue what you thought of the stuff.
Oh, okay. So as far as being satisfied with what we're getting in with the main story quest, I'm pretty okay with the character development so far. Like I just got to one of the I just got to the cutscene after the
After the thing happens.
After the thing happens, yes, and I'm like, oh my god.
That's the only real good cutscene, honestly.
Yeah,
No, there's one more. There's one more.
There was two that were
after the
pretty
dungeon. Yeah, I think after the dungeon was the one, and then I think the Thancred World Star Punch is maybe my favorite thing that's ever happened.
Thancred Punch.
Really, I was going to say that that one-on-one showdown with Robot was probably my favorite part, because I'm like, oh my fucking god, this is fucking awesome.
It was awesome, but no, that punch was...
Dude, that punch was...
I've been wanting that punch since Heaven's Ward came out, when you had to watch over him and Sea of Clouds.
That guy is such a little whiny bitch.
I wanted to clock him one then.
Aniero probably doesn't know this, but during the main storyline quest, your character, his face gets actively angry at that guy.
He does.
And Thancred stops you.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh no, Thancred, you shouldn't have fucking done that. And then he goes ahead and does it, and I'm like,
so he stole
They want to keep the Warrior of Light staying pure.
As I was going into that quest line, Skiro was like, hey, take your headgear off. You'll thank me later.
But isn't it kind of weird that our character gets so elevatedly angry so quickly? Because I feel like normally we don't really rise to violence as our first option.
Our character's under a lot of stress.
Really,
okay?
Nika? Really?
I was
Our
gonna
characters
say,
are
Nika,
fucking psychopaths.
I was gonna say, say, Nika, we're currently undergoing through a lot of shit right now. Like you're expecting our warrior of light to just kind of like passively just kind of like, okay, this is gonna happen now, and I'm just gonna let this little whiny bitch baby just fucking walk all over me just because he can't take the heat. And I'm like, and it's just like at some point. That your temper is going to just kind of like blow up.
We commit ourselves to genociding the Asians purely because a scion we just met said, hey, they're evil.
Hey, to be fair, boobs.
I'm just saying maybe we're a little unhinged.
Okay, no, they're freaking imperialist state trying to take over our world, okay? That's reason enough to fight. Oh, wait, we're talking about Asians?
Asians.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Garleans.
Yeah, no.
I mean, the Asians are...
There are so many.
Asians, Garlean, Primals. Look, a genocide's a genocide, okay?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, but we've just been killing everything.
Genocidal hat trick.
At this point, just burn them, throw them in gas chambers.
Yeah, hang on.
Wait,
I mean, have you guys noticed that it's like we spend a lot of time killing things and then afterwards going back and being their friend? Like, you think about Beastman Tribe quests, you think about... Well, yeah, you're not wrong. You think about the dragons. I mean, like, we're going to great lengths to make peace with the dragons, but I can pretty much count a lot of dragons that I've killed this fucking game.
Aniero, that's how you do it. You beat them down and show them their place, just like we did to Escalia, and then you offer the olive branch. Yeah, sure, we'll make you a host.
But it's not even like we're like, oh, we should see if some of these people are cool. It's more like the cool ones are like, hey, don't kill us, we're cool. We promise we're cool. We promise. We'll talk to you. We'll give you stuff. You can get your relic, maybe. Please don't. Okay, all right.
And then Aniero rams his sword through him. And like looks the next one and goes, was that about a relic?
That's why I have not done the Beastman Tribe quest, because I've just kept killing them by accident.
In 3.3, we're gonna get a dinner invitation from the Garleans saying, hey, you should come like hang out with us for a bit. It's gonna be hype.
I mean, you guys already kind of invited them during your Christmas episode. So
we didn't invite them at all.
No, they just showed up.
You guys gave them some of your tacos and sent them
after they showed up.
Yeah,
we didn't invite them.
There was no invitation.
That's right. All right. Well, thank you.
Well, hold on. She said she has some salt for you. Let's hear this Aniero salt.
All right, you motherfucker. Where is that potato din? Where's the
hashtags? Where's the hashtags?
We've been doing the fucking hashtags. You never gave us a fucking number, and you're like, oh, well, it's not good enough.
It's got to be more than 17.
Look, if you can't get more than 17, then you have to make up for that number with your passion, and that's what these salt calls are for. So show us what one hashtag is worth, Mal.
Okay, so we were promised.
Oh well, there we go. So strange.
I love flaming lamers.
That call would be dropped at that moment. Oh, that's
Kookie's the law for game tonight, I guess.
Unfortunate. Oh no.
LMFAO at what a noob you are.
All right, let's talk about Sephiroth.
Say my name.
We've already talked about
Sephiroth.
The music. We don't need to get back into that, but let's talk about the battle, because
that fight is so fun.
That fight is legitimately fun.
Oh, I'm excited. I haven't done it yet. It's the one thing I haven't done
it yet either. Yeah, it's the one thing I haven't had time to do yet.
Have you not done it yet?
Essie again, like following up on a good fight with Thornton, like awesome fight with.
Oh, right. Actually, that's something I wanted to ask, because they said that the guy who designed this was the one behind Thornton and Titan. Can you feel both of those design elements in Sephiroth?
More Titan, I think. But
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I fell off the first time I did it.
Well, I can tell you that Surin did it once because he got it. Okay, usually when you get things on trial roulette, don't you have to have cleared it first before it unlocks into the trial roulette?
Yeah.
Because he did a trial roulette and got Sephiroth. He's never done it before.
That is weird.
Yeah, that is weird. Maybe they didn't toss it into the roulette yet.
No,
I mean,
he
it-
got it
he
on
got it in
roulette
the trial roulette.
before he cleared it.
But he hadn't cleared it before.
Yeah, because usually you can't even queue for the roulette
Usually
until
you-
you've
yeah.
cleared
Well,
everything.
yeah, because that was a change that they made because of your dumbass. Because you would sit there and not remember when you could queue for a roulette without actually unlocking the
Right.
dungeon.
So
and
you didn't unlock the ones you didn't want to do.
Yeah, you.
All right,
yeah.
to be fair, Juxta
I
started
helped.
that practice.
I helped.
And then I started doing it.
Yeah.
Still don't have Aurum Vale
You
unlocked.
guys still suck.
That was a trend he started.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so Third got it on roulette, fell off at the phase change, and got carried the rest of the way through it. Like, I really want to do it, but like, it looks hard if you can fall off like Titans.
An awesome fight, and I think the extreme mode is just going to be sweet.
It is more fun than hard.
Yes,
that's what and I think that's true of the Midas stuff as well.
Yeah,
Is
and
that
that's
it's more
fine.
fun than hard?
Yes,
That's
Square
what a
Enix,
normal mode
that's
should be.
fine. Absolutely.
Exactly. Yes.
And really, the only way you're going to fall off in Sephiroth normal mode is if you don't know the fight beforehand. And after I fell off the first time, I'm like, oh, don't do that. Didn't fall off ever again.
Exactly. Literally, like that first time he like reaches his first arm back, and you're like, do I run towards it? Do I run away from it? No, don't run away from it.
Yes, it's got a wonderful instance of booby bombs.
It does have that too.
It does have the booby bombs.
Okay,
yes,
so
booby bombs.
Booby bombs.
So when Sephiroth does like the thing where he's like all big and he slams the two like pillars into the ground.
Yes.
What do you do with those pillars afterwards?
One person has to stand in them, or else they explode and do raid-wide damage.
Okay.
Oh, just like in like cool, like
They're
or like in Thornton. Or
they're the exact same kind of pillars too. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That's.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that mechanic. I like the little like air spout knock up that you have to do to avoid his like sweep across the board.
Team jump roping. You're literally jump roping.
It literally is.
Yeah.
Which is what I called when you guys said jump roping on the show. I'm like, oh, I thought like everybody would have to get together and like literally like jump over something.
That is literally what happened.
And you guys made fun of me. You're like, no, that's not what it is.
I did not, because that's kind of what I thought was going to happen.
Well, that's the original like usage of the word team jump roping is just like doing mechanics together in sync. That's what team jump roping means.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's never actually meant jump roping literally.
Well,
until
but this time it is because
I mean, usually they
you'll
never
understand when
it's literally a rope you need to jump over
But
or die.
a lot of the times,
I like how the two people who haven't done this fight are the ones that are talking.
Yeah.
I'm trying to explain it to Nika.
Yeah. What I'm saying is that most games usually
No, we
don't
get that.
include
We get
jumping
that. We
as
get
a
it.
mechanic because of server latency.
But this one does.
So, but it works okay that the latency doesn't like kick people off.
It's
or
a
jump,
different.
like.
You don't really,
Nika.
Do you really even jump? Doesn't the spiral push you up in the air?
Yeah, you don't jump.
You don't actually jump.
The game forces you up in the air.
Yeah, you just get in the spiral.
It was a clever play on the dev team to use the term team jump roping
Yes,
here
it was.
because they're talking about something completely different from what you're talking about. So they said team jump roping. We automatically went, oh, it's going to just be like Titan, and that's not what they meant. And what they were actually talking about is actually way more clever and way funnier. So like when I did that, I was like, oh,
I was like, props.
Yeah, I was like, good troll. Good troll.
My only complaint is that when he does that big swipe thing, is that he doesn't push you off the edge. You just die.
Yeah.
I was like, come on.
It should have been
just
a push off the
backhand
edge.
you right off the
Yeah,
edge.
exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, so yeah, I thought that this was a wonderfully designed fight. In terms of like battle content, I think everything that we got was really good.
On point.
Yeah.
3.2 is
Very
strong.
much on point. Yeah.
It makes me want to play and like do the hard modes of these.
Oh, you know what? We didn't when talking about the MSQ, we didn't really talk in depth about the anti-tower.
No,
which a lot of people are talking about, especially that last fight.
Oh, the nightmare fuel.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, let's
check out mine and Kookie's minions dancing together.
No, yeah, I know. I saw them dancing together. I'm like,
All right, the first thing I would like to point out on behalf of David Bowie, because rest in peace, they totally ripped off like that second fight. Come on.
If Powerman 5000 sues, David Bowie better sue.
Right?
No, it's called an homage, you dumb shits. The Ziggy fight is a pretty fun fight. By the way,
it's a cool little callback too to what is it, hard mode? There's another little fucking
Biggie.
Spriggan. Biggie, yeah.
Yeah,
I wonder
Biggie.
if Biggie and Iggy are related.
Biggie and Ziggy.
There
you
Biggie
go.
and Diggy.
God damn it. Yeah, but he summons, of course, Stardusts.
He fights with the Green Arrow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And I like that fight because it's anxiety producing because the circles that open up around the Stardust,
really
you're like,
fast, actually.
well, like and they keep growing. You got to kill them to stop growing, but you're like, oh, when is the AOE gonna go off? I don't know.
Plus, as a melee DPS, it's really frustrating because you never really get to stand still long enough to do like a full rotation on anything.
Right.
So annoying.
Yeah, and Oravant in the chat says that the frog in the first battle sings the Rainbow Connection from Kermit the Frog. That's one of the...
You know,
citation needed.
I didn't have music on for that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
No. I think that's one of his casting spells. Is that he's?
It's called
Rainbow Connection.
Oh, that's
I didn't notice.
I didn't notice that.
I think he's lying.
So
I do like when he goes down. He says it's not easy being Croak.
Yeah.
My favorite part of that frog fight is when you get turned into a frog, he drops AoEs on you.
Mm-hmm.
So what you do is you just follow the melee DPS around, and that really annoys him.
Look at Juxta.
I can
How
see
can
why.
I troll someone with this?
That's every fight.
Yeah.
That's every fight.
That's just all the time.
Fortunately, the second boss in Amdapur, I can just permanently aim my shadow at you.
Oh, God. Well, that won't really bother me that much because, like, I'm...
No, it'll bother everyone else, though.
Yeah.
It really will. I think between both of the dungeons, they were pretty well designed.
Mm-hmm.
Very easy, though.
Yeah, not hard at all.
No, not difficult. I don't think
Did you know that...
Did we wipe? I don't think we did
No.
when
I
we
don't
were
think
doing
so.
it.
On Amthador Township hard mode, is that, like, all the new mobs were from Sky in Final Fantasy XI.
No, they're not. Not all of the new mobs.
I heard it from Skuro.
No.
He knows.
It's not true.
No, it was Thor that said that.
It's a few of them, and you get the pots and dolls.
In the last part, all the mobs in the last part are from 11.
What about the giant boulder
Skuro said
behemoth?
so.
No.
No, it was Thor that said so. That's good.
Everything wrong that goes wrong in the world is from Skuro, Nika.
My only complaint about the two new dungeons, which is the same thing with Alexander, is not much of a narrative within there.
Yeah, we thought we were going to get a lot more out of Amdapur.
Yeah, especially
hard, and it was like, there was
Amdapur.
nothing.
Yeah.
I thought we'd get a lot more history of the place. I mean, other than we saw like the corpses of the different
the only thing that we
races,
really got was that when the little Gridanian people tried to go in there, their summons or their elementals or whatever were like, oh no, I don't want to go in there, and then we figured out why.
Well, and I mean, you got confirmation of the Makai and the Amdapuri.
Yes.
They are white mages, the Makai black mages, and yes, there was a battle that did happen in Amdapur, the city of Amdapur, where the Makai invaded. That's I think about the most lore that we got throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any kind of contextual clues that someone far smarter than us, like Ethis Asher, might be able to pull out or glean from there. But I didn't even see a whole lot of context stuff in Anti-Tower either.
Only the cutscene directly after.
Yeah.
Where they pretty much literally said, "Here's all the lore. Let me tell it to you with my mouth."
Literally,
otherwise there was no context.
Let me tell it to you with my mouth.
Like there was no context to
You're
anything
right.
else. It was all just flat out told to our character.
I totally agree, and I honestly think that things like what they did with the Google library, are severely underutilized in these heavily lore centric places.
Yeah. Give us more books. Give us more notes. I mean, come on. One of the best and most well received dungeons when it first came out was not Tamtara hard mode. Yeah, like that storyline down there was great.
Yeah,
especially all the little notes and stuff.
Yeah,
and it's like all the little NPC dialogue.
And if you give NPC dialogue to the bosses, and especially make it voice acted too as we're fighting them, that would be fucking fantastic.
I mean, I will grant you that is a lot of production work that that you have to do.
But you know what?
Get over it.
Cut out things like Sky Stone Sea. Cut out things like fucking Lords of Verminion.
Oh, we're getting there.
There is fat that you can trim.
Cut out things like the third dungeon.
Oh
no,
that's a shame.
No.
But you're right though. Literally, like in Tamtara, that first time you go down there, you're reading the notes. Every time you're like, "Oh, that's a nice note."
Yeah.
And every time you read a note, you're like, "Oh,
it's getting a little bit darker."
No.
She was such a sweet character.
Anyway, but the final boss of Anti-Tower, of course, being Calcabrina, who has haunted all of our nightmares since.
I don't know. I think she's kind of cute.
I'd hit
you
it.
You would.
I'd hit it.
You creep. You creep.
I wouldn't hit it, but apparently Juxta would.
Well, I poked it. Excuse me for language.
That's not much better.
With your penis?
With my daggers.
Oh.
Is
Well,
that
that's
what you call
different.
your
You need to be
phrasing
specific. Anyway, yeah, Calcabrina, again, a great callback to 4. I really like this boss because the first time we did it, I got a minion that I sold for like $1 million.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Oh, you were telling me about that. Your party wanted to see you pop the minions so bad.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, pop it!" No, well, no, that was actually the red panda.
Oh,
the red panda. They wanted me to
the
pop
red
that.
panda's so cute.
And, I had won it, and they were like, "Pop it, pop it." They were like, "Do you have it?" I'm like, "No, I don't have it." They didn't ask before we rolled. I won that legitimately against everyone. All 4 people rolled on it, and they asked afterwards, "Oh, do you already have it? Or are you going to sell it?" I'm like, "No, I don't already have it." They were like, "Oh, pop it." And I was like, "I'm going to sell it." And I did. And that was I think $2 million that I netted off that. That was nice. That was a nice little.
And how much of that have you donated to the LBRmy Free Company House?
None of it.
None of it.
None of it.
You know what? Senpai has given more gil than you.
No,
he's given a gil.
I told you legitimately that I'd throw $1 million in the pot.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, no, I'm good for that. So
Yeah, on that note, I tried to send you $1 million, Cal, but you're not on my friends list.
Funny how that works. Well, you can send it to me, dumbass.
Skurro's on my friends list. So what does that tell you?
You can
that you make bad decisions.
You're in the free company. You can put it in the freaking.
Yeah, put it in the chest. Yeah. Anyway,
dumbass.
The Beastman Tribe quests were added. The Vath Beastman Tribe quests.
Oh my gosh,
they're so cool.
So good. They are so cool. They really are.
I legitimately actually like the Beastman.
Yeah, the little Vath who's like the main little guy. He's so cute.
Our benefactor has nicknamed him Pokey.
Pokey?
Yeah, because his feet. He's little pokey feet that walk around. And I'm like, his name is Deft Arm. She goes, that's a last name. He obviously needs a first name.
So
first name is Vath.
That's his middle name. Pokey Vath Deft Arm.
I can't help but notice one of the quests you have to do. You go around
fumigating.
You collect weed, and then you bring it back to them, and they package it for you to give to people at
the camp at Tailfeather.
Yeah, the Tailfeather. Yeah, and it made me like. We're running drugs for the Vath, right?
Well, you give them out in very small little doses. Say maybe we'll use the term a dime bag. And yeah, it's as long as you don't talk to any guards about it, it'll be fine.
The NPCs even go like one of the NPCs is like, "Oh, thank you! I cannot wait to relax. This is going to be fantastic." The other one goes like, "Look, I know that I can get shipped better. Like, this is like kind of swaggy stuff. Like, it's all right. I'm smoking the Vath ditch weed, but it's cheap and it's, kind of tough to find good, good weed around here. So yeah, I feel like we're like I hope the Vath's storyline is that they're going from producing ditchweed, and by the end we're going to be helping them build a hydroponics setup. That's what I hope. The highest quality fogweed in Eorzea.
No, this needs to go all the way to cocaine, all the way down the line.
Fuck you. I just want medical fogweed. That's all I want.
Okay. One of the quests has you collecting berries or something, and then the Vath turns around, makes weird squishy noises, turns around and says, "I don't know why you would want this, but here you go." So I'm pretty sure that guy just jizzed into that wine.
Whoa.
They're insectoid. I don't think they can do that.
That's weird.
Yeah, you don't know how it works.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Anyway, so I have been enjoying these quests quite a bit. So what do you got? What?
Shit! I forgot to get my quests yesterday.
Dumbass. You could have.
I know. I had I fucking went home before I came over and did my cactpot and shit. Son of a bitch.
Womp womp.
I missed a day.
Anyway, so we'd love to hear from you about 3.2. What are your opinions about any of the things that we've been talking about? The Beastman Tribe quests, the Sephiroth battle, Alexander Midas, the MSQ. We want to hear from you, and we're actually going to go back to the phone lines.
And we need a Aniero Salt. Valkyria fucking disappointed me.
That's right. We're going to hear from Melky Thera. How's it going, Melky?
Hey, guys. Hi, Kahlo. You screwed me up with Mal again.
What? When?
Yeah, you called Mal Melky.
Oh, yeah. It's when I say it
they're
to
both
Mal,
Melky.
it's Melky with an IE.
Yeah, there's Melchiria
That's
and
not really hard.
Melchithera. They're both Melky.
Clearly, one of you two is going to have to rename yourself.
Yeah, just
battle to the death.
No.
That's the
We're
stupidest
all
name
the
I've
mouse
ever
wins just
heard.
between ourselves.
I put my money on Melchithera.
Nice.
Or Melcaria. The other one.
Fuck.
She's brutal.
She's vicious.
Yeah, I'd be afraid to fight her.
Anyway, Melky, thanks for calling Limit Break Radio. We have established that you are a separate human being from Melchiria. So,
unlike Ryuichi and Ryoku.
Waste of time.
What do you feel about 3.2 here?
Okay, so quick rundown. I think you guys were already talking about this. Sephiroth. I am so glad they called it jump rope, and I'm so glad I figured out why. That made me so fucking happy.
Oh, it was a nice little joke. Like, I kept getting ready for bisecting arena mechanics and stuff that you'd see out of Titan, and you didn't get a whole lot of that. But the mechanic where you're like, where you get it, you're like, oh, that's cute, that's fun, yeah.
My raid group has been trying EX so far, and we already got to the last phase, and I do have to say it is basically like Titan.
Nice.
It's like Titan EX.
In EX, do you have to do that jump mechanic a lot more?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Cool. That's fun.
I think you go through the mechanics twice, and then you wipe, because you hit enrage from then.
Gotcha.
You get 2 runs of the mechanics to clear?
You get 2 jumps, and then the third one's a wipe.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
it's
so
super
it's a DPS
tough.
range. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The new 60 dungeons, I have no idea what the level designers were smoking at that time. Probably that Vath weed, but if whatever they're doing, I keep wanting them to do it, because the place is beautiful. The anti-tower is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, I feel like I would have liked to spend a little bit more time inside, because it's broken up into 3 parts. You've got the sort of lead up to the anti-tower, where you see the anti-tower in the distance, and
that's really cool.
And I was going to say, cool. It is very cool, and I like that a lot. You see the anti-tower in the distance. You see the sea of aether below it that it's tapping into, and then I expected to go inside, but it's like you go to this like ethereal broken world that acts as an in-between, like a buffer in between the outside and the inside, and then the third part takes place inside. And I would have liked to just see a little bit more of the interior and what exactly the Charlayans were doing in there, because I mean we do know that it's used for investigating the ethereal sea, and that it was this place of extreme power, enough so that Matoya was the last guardian of it, and
custodian. She makes that very clear.
Custodian of it, and so if it is so important, I would love to see again, and going kind of back to the context clues that you discover through just through adventuring in the area. I would have loved to see more context clues about what exactly the Charlayans were doing, because it's like even once you get inside, it's basically just a straight hallway to Calcabrina.
Well, one thing I liked about Anti-Tower is I think it might be the only dungeon that I've gone into that I would call visually stunning. Like, just from that first scene where you get in and you look at the magnificence of it all, like, you're just like, whoa.
I don't know. I think Juxta would disagree with you. He was a big fan of Pharaoh Sirius hard mode.
Oh,
Juxta.
Yeah. Was that big for you?
Also, yes.
It's just so cinematic, right?
No, I hate that place. It's terrible. There's no color differential. There has to be a color differential. Amdapur hard mode had a color differential.
Maybe you'd like it more if you'd hit some of those vathamphetamines.
Just make up some of those colors.
I need to give that one to Kasumi Cascade.
Yeah, you need to like see the colors that nobody else can see. Like
taste the sounds.
Like Blurple. You've never seen Blurple, and it's amazing. Or Rorange? Come on, dude.
Rorange?
You've never seen Rorange.
That just sounds like a bad Scooby-Doo impression.
No, dude. Rorange, it's like a lion's color. It's like a lion comes out and bites your eyes.
Shut up.
That's the synesthesia between a lion.
You need to lay off the fogweed.
Yeah. No way, man. I have been spending a lot of time with the Vath.
Yeah, we've noticed.
And they've been teaching me things. They've been teaching.
He's lacing it with the same stuff they fumigate the bugs with.
Just wait till you get to the part where they start growing the mushrooms, man.
Is this where the free company house money's coming from?
No, that's where it's going.
Did I say we had 42 mil? We're down to like 35.
Don't ask.
You need to rescind Aniero's privileges.
Don't ask.
Because for the past few days, I've been blaming the guy who's been saying 75 thief, please check it for 9 years.
hey, as of a couple years ago, it's fucking 99 thief. Check it.
Not helping your case, but sure.
Yeah, it is. I got thief to 99.
Melky, thanks so much.
I got a few jobs to 99.
Melky, thanks so much for your call today to Limit Break Radio.
Wait, before we throw him away, do you have any salt that you want to throw at Aniero?
Oh, I do! Aniero, we've been wanting this for a while now. I've been, seeing this bet from...
Not enough.
What's going on
Get
with
rid
the
of
phone lines?
Get rid of him.
He was gone.
Guys,
phone lines.
I'm going to tell you right now, all it's actually going to take is one truly salty call. Okay?
And I'm sorry, not prompted by Kahlo.
The first
this is getting lame. I'm just bye. We gave Melky a good
Not
5
to mention,
minutes.
when she started her salt thing, you could hear laughing in it. That wasn't real salt. All right? And Melky, no. Someone really needs to call him up and give him a good tongue lashing through the mic. It's not. Yeah, I don't feel the salt, guys. Yeah, come on.
I don't feel it.
Come on.
I know when it's genuine.
I guess he's just gonna stay as he is.
Someone needs to put up the Ethis signal. Ethis could do it.
That's right.
I don't know if Ethis could get salty, just sarcastic.
I bet he could.
I'm telling you, man, you need to see Grello. I'm just saying. It's amazing. Anyway, so if you'd like to call Limit Break Radio and let me know how upset you are that I'm not a quarter of my size right now, Limit Break Radio on Skype or 810-515-8715. We'll be happy to take your call live on the air. You can brag to your friends that you were on the same episode as Susan Calloway. Look at that. No one will know what you're talking about, but you can say it. It would be a thing that you could say. Limit Break Radio on Skype or 810-515-8715.
I have an apology to Square Enix that I need to, and to you guys too, that I need to put out there. When the topic of the Hall of Novice came up, I had some bad things to say about it, about how it was going to be useless because it's just fucking solo guild hests, which it was, but they actually give a pretty sweet fucking ring at the end of it, so it's actually quite a bit more useful than Stone Sea Sky.
Doubles the XP at level
I
30
thought that the novice hall was actually pretty. I mean, I only did it on tank, but I thought it was pretty useful. You know how many times I've gone into a dungeon with a Dark Knight that doesn't know how to use Unleash, and it literally says, "Hey, there's going to be multiple mobs coming at you. Try using Unleash, and don't let your ally get hurt or you lose." Hey,
that's what I'm hearing. Is the tank one is decent, but I don't know.
I don't care. It doesn't matter. The best thing about it is the ring that gives you is it 30% XP?
Yeah, but
30%
of the ring
XP
below 30
up to level 30.
That's pretty sexy.
I don't give a shit about because I don't have any.
And it
job
stacks
fellow.
with all of the headgear too.
Friendship circlet.
Yep. So that's 50% XP bonus.
Wow.
Up to level 20, then 30 to 30.
That's you know what? I'm gonna say that makes it sort of worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't. The only thing that I did was bring up the first page, and so I don't have an impression of what it's actually like to do any of these, but I just think that the general overall visual design that they did for the pages makes it very easy to understand for a new player, and I think that I think that this is a great feature to add for new players. Anyone coming in fresh at Heaven's Word, I think is really going to benefit from this, and I think that this is designed really to sort of help the unhelpables, like those people that end up going into a duty and Nika ends up flipping her shit out at them because they keep using ice magic instead of fire magic, and that's what I think they're trying to avoid and make that much more clear instead of I just didn't read the flavor text. So yeah, I do think that the beginner's hall is very well done.
The other thing that I would like to touch on, has anyone else besides me and Juxta done Stone Sky Sea?
I have.
No.
We each did the first one, hoping it might give us an achievement.
No.
It did not.
It gave you nothing. It actually wasted my time.
And then as I finished, I seen it said someone else's name does something. I'm like, wait, what? And I look around.
There's people there.
There are people there.
You can go watch people
and
doing
make
their
fun
shit.
of them.
Yep.
You totally can.
Yep.
Aniero, do you remember your time?
No.
No, mine was 59
Can you see
seconds
other people's
left.
times?
No, you can't see other people's times, but I'm sure if they lose, like, it would say something.
It really but it doesn't lay down any floor patterns. It doesn't. It's just like, if you can kill this dummy, you can in theory make the DPS for this fight. Okay.
And it's not even good as like a decent parser because it doesn't have any like defense or like dodge or anything. No. It literally just sits there.
It's so terrible.
You
That's
can
how the regular dummies work.
Then why don't we just have a regular dummy?
Exactly.
Like it's so worthless because, like, great, you can theoretically make the DPS check if your enemy is just standing still and there's no mechanics to work around.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And you can't miss, so like it's not even useful for like learning what the accuracy cap is for Sephiroth EX.
Are you sure you can't miss if you go into Sephiroth EX with like really shitty gear? You're not gonna miss.
No, he means you can't miss the dummies.
The Stone, Sea, and Sky.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
they
if you
can't
go
be
into the
missed.
Stonesky and side
have-
Stone blah, 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 that are like synced up to Sephiroth X's fight.
They have-
like if you go in with level 5 gear, you're not gonna miss.
Nope.
I don't believe that. I bet you will.
All right, try it.
Okay.
Go try right now, Nika. See what happens.
I don't even know how to get
Juxta will be right again.
Like, if they-
Just like he was 2 months ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I was right about, but
I don't know either.
I was right though. Thank you on that callback Kahlo. Hashtag that's your name. Hashtag callback Kahlo.
Okay, well, if that's true, that's really stupid. And what the fuck is the point?
There is no point. Yes, thank you, Nika.
It really is the
Welcome
dumbest.
to when this thing was fucking
It's the dumbest feature.
announced.
It's the dumbest feature. It is more useless than Lords of Verminion.
Oh, you heard it here, folks.
Wow, that's saying something.
It really is.
At
It's
least Lords of Verminion gives us something to talk about.
It's such a
I actually love that drop.
such a pointless addition.
Every time he does that drop, like, Aniero always like pauses and does this head shake. Like, why the fuck is that drop in there?
That's my favorite.
Meant to delete that one.
No.
Anyway, let's go back to our phone lines. We've got Lee Fawn of Hyperion on the line. What's up, Lee? How's it going?
Not much. Forgot to get the Leafeon sound. My bad.
Welcome to Limit Break Radio. What do you think about 3.2?
I think it's pretty great. And there's a lot of people whining that you have to wait 7 weeks to get your lore weapon. I don't mind it.
That is kind of a pain in the dick, I gotta say. But it really does incentivize doing Midas every week.
Yeah, because if you don't, if you miss 1 week, you're gonna
Sephiroth.
fucking feel it.
Okay, you know what? I would be fine with waiting 7 weeks with the Midas stuff if I didn't have to pay another, what is that, like 1,000?
1,000 lore?
Yeah, 1,000 lore.
Yeah.
That on top of it is
But if it's lore, big fucking deal. There's no cap on it.
Lore.
Yes, there
No,
is.
the new.
Oh,
the new
shit.
one.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it sucks balls.
Yeah, so it's like you have to decide: do you want to get the other accessories right now, or do you want to wait 7 weeks and just save everything up?
Ugh. But you know what? It's giving us choices now, guys.
It is, but
This is what you
Well, I mean,
wanted.
technically-
You wanted choices.
It's not a choice because you're gonna get the weapon. If you don't have the weapon, you're a bad player.
Oh, no, sorry.
That-
sorry.
yeah,
I
you gotta
thought
get
meant
it
you had,
first.
you had to like decide between if you're gonna get lore gear or upgrade your Midas gear.
no, we'll need to decide if you're gonna get lore gear or just save it up for the weapon because there are other weapons.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Never
So
mind.
it's like, do I want to get the ring now because you know you're gonna need to get the ring, or do you want to save all of your tomes up for the weapon right away off the bat?
Well, I wouldn't save all of your lore tomes because you have 7 weeks. That's 450 tomes a week. If you cap all of it,
Oh, that's
which
true.
means you can get your chest piece, your pants, something else, and then once you hit that 7th week, you get your weapon.
Well, it's no, because it's four. Is it 1,000 tomes to get the?
1,000 tomes.
It's 1,000
Okay, I thought it was
tomes and
2,000.
7
I thought it
mining
was-
gears.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it's 100 tomes per Rowena's
per
ticket.
Rowena's
right?
token.
Yeah, so
2,000 would suck.
yeah, 2,000 really
Okay,
would.
so then you only really need 2.5-ish weeks of tomes.
2.5 weeks, right?
Yeah, but I mean, like you could in theory just you could get the Rowena's tokens first and just have them ready to go. Although that does seem like a waste of
that'd be
tomes.
stupid.
That's
Yeah,
a
you might as well
waste.
get your eye level up first.
Yeah, good.
As long as you do the math properly, that you don't like get to that final week and be like 10 tomes short, you cry.
No, it's 2 weeks spent to get a body, 2 weeks spent to get your pants, and then get your tokens.
It's just not needed. Like, why would you have to throw that on top of it? Because you're already time, or like you're already like forced to wait 7 weeks from the Midas stuff. So why make it cost some lore as well? It just doesn't make sense.
I agree.
Well, it makes the Sephiroth EX weapon relevant.
No. Like I'm saying, like there's no need for have the lore on top of Midas.
Yeah,
it's just, I don't know.
No, I mean, you're right. It does actually make by drawing that out more. It does make the Sephiroth weapon at least a little bit more relevant.
That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. You're going to run into the same problem as soon as everyone gets their lore weapon, is that it suddenly is, like it just.
Well, I mean, for your main job.
Only being relevant for 7 weeks is not exactly the.
How long do you need it to be relevant? 7 weeks is a long time.
It kind of is.
I mean, that's half your patch cycle.
Yeah, so. Primal drop, that's not bad.
But as soon as we all get those weapons, the next step of the relic's going to be out.
Look, it's better than fucking Bismarck weapon,
actually,
which was never
okay,
relevant.
That's true. That was literally just for glamour.
Nika does have a good point, is that we are going to be getting the next stage of the relic in, 3.25?
That's what they said.
Here's the thing. As soon as the relic comes out, it's not like, oh, boom, I got the relic now. You then have to work towards the relic, and if you're one of the people that have lagged behind,
have you met JP?
You got a long way to go.
That's true.
And a lot of people don't do the relic.
Calling it now.
Arthur's is like, challenge accepted. 5 of them as soon as it's released.
Arthur's.
Oh.
He's flexing and like there's like relics just like bursting out of his like muscles.
I like the idea of Arthur's doing like the Hildebrand pose at his computer. He's like, got it.
Anyway, so Lee, what particularly did you like that makes you walk away from 3.2 going, this was a good patch?
Well, for the most part, all the content's fun, aside from Anti-Tower. It looks good, but it feels really slow. That's my only problem with it.
Well, it does. There is a lot of like anti-speedrunning stuff in there. There's a lot of like
there's a couple big pulls you can do.
Forced gates. There's a few, but not as many as you could.
It's just that second part of it, I think, that drags. Like the first part's fine and the third part's fine, but that second part drags.
Yeah, you're right.
And has a slow boss at the end.
It sucks.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, Lee, thanks for the call, man. We really appreciate it. If you want to call Limit Break Radio on Skype or 810-515-8715. We've got small and growing list of folks who are going to want to call in. So if we're moving through these calls a little bit quickly today, I apologize. Make sure you get to your point. So anyway, let's talk about some of these tank changes. Nika, we did not hear from you in the run up to these changes, and I'm curious to hear, once you've now gotten your hands on them, how do you feel about them?
Well, so far so good. I feel like a lot of the parsers have been like fucked up, so it's hard to really say how much my DPS has changed one way or the other. In terms of the feel, I can say the best thing. The two best things would be Oath's not interrupting cooldowns anymore in the combos.
Yes,
it's
that
a lot
is a huge
easier.
thing.
Like if you're going to tank swap, to have a Rage of Halone ready and procced for the provoke. Like that was always a problem originally, because you had to change the shield oath and then proc up Rage of Halone. Like at least this way, that's easier.
Right.
Also for Paladin, the biggest complaint, one of the biggest complaints I had earlier about Divine Veil and Clemency is that Divine Veil, the shield buff that goes out to everybody when you get healed, was not activated if you healed yourself. They changed that, which is awesome, considering Divine Veil's shield is based on the HP of the person who heals you. So if I manage to heal myself before a healer does, it's a big freaking shield.
Well, and you got some DPS adjustments in there too. Have you been able to feel those?
Not yet, particularly because I haven't done any of the end game stuff really, and I haven't went back and done any of the old content to like judge the difference. But what I am feeling, and I want to actually go back into like A1 and check it out, is the TP reductions. Because I know like in a lot of the end game where the monsters don't really jump or move around, run out of TP very, very easily, but at least that's fixed now. So far so good, but I haven't had been able to really take a parser since it's been kind of broken every time I've tried, and to really test the difference. But I mean, so far so good. I'm not complaining.
I mean, I sort of feel like everyone's sort of just got a sort of sense of the overall damage that they can pump out. I've got to say, as a Dark Knight, and I did switch all of my accessories from strength to Vit. And as a Dark Knight, I feel like I'm pumping out less damage than I was.
I think you are. I think Paladin got a slight increase because it was really shitty to start with, and I think Dark Knight and Warrior have a slight decrease.
Well, and this sort of like I think that this kind of goes back to our question, the entire episode that we did about job homogenization, and it feels like an attempt to make all three of the tank classes play more similarly, and I don't know that that's maybe necessarily the best thing.
It's just that
You need
got a
me
donation.
call for the lead fun.
What? I don't know. That scared me.
What was that? What did that say?
That if you need me, call for the Lee fun. All right.
Sure. That was from Lee Fun.
Yeah. Thank you, Lee. We appreciate that. And thanks for the call.
So I think what I like is that they didn't completely nerf tank damage. What they did is make it so that it feels more like a tank doing damage rather than a tank being a DPS. And because of that, now you also have more HP and defense as a tank. So I think this is kind of what tank should have been in the first place, is a tank that can deal damage rather than a damage dealer that can take hits.
I just think it's a bummer to take an option off the table. Like I now granted, I haven't tried switching back to my strength accessories to see what the difference is, but it's taking one of those options off the table, one of those options for having a certain play style or making a certain set of choices that I think is a little bit disappointing.
But I don't think the play style actually changes. Like Warrior still has a leg up on all the other tanks with their Fell Cleave and their AoE DPS stance and all that shit. Like they still are going to be doing more damage than a Dark Knight or a Paladin.
Yeah,
so but still that.
But to have, I mean, we had two types of tanks before. We had strength-based tanks and we had VIT-based tanks, and there was a choice. I mean, it was up to the player, and it's not like it impacted your ability to run dungeons. It's not like it impacted your ability to run Void Arc. It really only, you had the biggest difference that presented itself in the most challenging content, like your EX primals, like your raids, and
Brett, I would never go into a raid blind for progression with strength gear on. Like, no way.
But after you have that on farm,
right.
Then, you start switching stuff.
Then I slowly start to switch it out. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and that's sort of what I'm getting at, is that with that option taken out, it just seems like, there's less dynamics being able to be applied to the job, and I don't know that that's the best thing. I mean, can someone in the chat tell me if they've fucked around with strength accessories and whether or not that has any difference? If it's a decrease, I think that's really bad.
For what people are saying, that both strength and VIT have the same effect on your attack power. But if you look at strength accessories and look at VIT accessories, VIT always has like 2 more VIT than strength accessories have strength. So if they're the same, then VIT will always give you a little bit more.
But you've also got those secondary stats on there that's going to be a big difference, because most of those strength accessories are going to have determination and crit, and those secondary stats do make a big difference, especially if you're replacing it with an item that has parry and skill speed.
They do. However, I've noticed that, we're talking about mechanics and the way that these fights have built out. Almost every fight has a real heavy tank buster. So I feel like if you're going for the strength, you're going to take some real damage.
Yeah, that's true.
So this way you can do damage with the same scaling as strength with HP.
Yeah, well, I mean, and that's fine. It's just I've noticed a pretty big hit to my DPS, and I mean, I guess it's going to take some time to see how that ends up really shaking out, because we've got to get everyone to the current eye level, and then we've also got the added question mark of materia, because we've got the materia slots that were added now to these to the new tier of gear that and I guess it wasn't expressly said, and this was a bit of a surprise to me, because I thought that this was going to be a universal application among all of the gear that's already existing, that we would get materia slots added to to tone gear and stuff like that. We didn't get that. It's just the addition of the materia slots to the new tier of gear. So that, I think, is going to add a considerable dynamics when everyone starts getting in there and starts putting in materia of their own.
Let me ask you guys this question. With the whole change to VIT, have you noticed a substantial increase in your HP as well, or did they balance that?
Oh, yeah. There's always a huge boost to
Yeah, it's the same as it was before. Like, VIT to HP is the same.
Okay,
and
all right. So, because here's my thing, too, because someone said in the chat that if you try changing all of your accessories to strength gear, good luck surviving, because I'm pretty sure that I've noticed in a lot of the new content, too, tank busters are also hitting a lot harder than they would have beforehand. Oh, I don't listen to you.
Totally missed my entire thing I just said.
Yeah, no, that is exactly what Nika said. But as we push our eye level up, that's always been the case. Is that in raids, and I guess maybe not in the normal tier raids, but always the savage tier raids, that you did have those big ass tank busters that would take you down if you didn't fire a cooldown or if you didn't have VIT accessories equipped. And now we start seeing some of those same mechanics worked into normal mode, which I think is really encouraging. I think that's really awesome. And I think it sort of does reinforce, look, tanks, we want you to be in VIT stuff, and this is why. I just question whether or not making all three tanks play more similarly in terms of the numbers that they can put up for DPS, in terms of their defensive options, being able to switch stances, if that just doesn't take an element of dynamics away from the game overall. That I don't
think it will. Like, if you're playing a warrior, you're playing it because you like to tank, not because you like to DPS. If you like to DPS, you play monk or dragoon or something.
No, hold on. No, if you play
nobody
warrior,
plays dragoon.
If you play warrior, it's because you want to do damage and tank.
Right.
Which they still do more so than the other tanks.
Yeah, so, I feel like this change, the tank changes with this patch, aren't homogenizing anything. They're just making all the tanks balanced with each other. So all the tanks do roughly the same amount of damage. They all have roughly the same amount of defensive capabilities, but they all play differently. Like,
but it's mostly cosmetic changes. That's it.
No. Okay, see, look, Paladin is the easy mode tank. If you play Paladin, you're fucking doing the easy mode shit. I play Paladin. I can't play Warrior for shit, okay? I haven't touched Dark Knight, so I assume they're a lot harder than Paladin.
Dark Knight is a little tricky, yeah.
Yeah, see, so it's not... The tanks aren't homogenized, they're just balanced, because before, you would never want to bring a Paladin ever, because their damage is so far below everyone else's.
I don't know.
Right, and now it's pretty balanced.
Homogenization is when you go from one class to the other, and you're like, all right, where's the X ability for this class?
Exactly. But I get a little bit of that whenever I switch into a different tank role.
Well,
where I'm like, where's the analog to this move?
Well, and to a certain extent, yeah, because tanks obviously need the same things.
Well,
right?
yeah, they
But
need to have
operate.
similar toolkits. Absolutely.
Like, for example, there's nothing like Living Dead. Right?
Hollowed ground.
Yeah.
Well, okay, they do the same thing, but not in the same way.
No, but again, that's just mostly a cosmetic change.
Yeah. But how varied can you make tanks, though? You can't be like, all right, well, you know what? You can't have a hollowed ground type thing because they have it. We need to make you different. You kind of have to.
There are some of the same things. That's what I just said. Mm-hmm. Tanks need a similar toolkit.
Yep.
But I still just sort of feel like it's just a different skin that you're putting. You're putting one role on.
I disagree, because the tanks all have three very different toolkits. Warriors
have different play styles.
Have slashing debuff, and they have massive AoE damage. Dark Knights have the ints down, so that you don't need a monk for raids.
And you have to manage your MP for Dark Knight. It's very tricky.
And that's really the only difference that I can name between the three tanks is the MP management aspect of Dark Knight.
Yeah, Warrior has a lot more stance. Dancing Warrior has a lot more potential for DPS. Like, but that's like switching even from Warrior to Dark Knight. I'm like trying to figure out how to DPS on Dark Knight.
Really,
I'm sitting there like, okay, Warrior has the stance. Warrior has a strong single hit and a strong AoE that has nothing to do with enemy. It's purely DPS. I'm like, where's that on Dark Knight? It doesn't have it. So, I don't know. I think they're different enough that they don't feel homogenized, but they have to be similar enough, and hopefully they balance the endgame raids enough that the DPS check isn't going to be what matters. The reason people cared about Warrior doing more damage is because the DPS checks matter. If they are not balanced as horribly this time around, the tanks doing similar damage is a lot better moving forward.
And if the tank busters in like normal rating are any indication, then being able to survive a hit is going to play a huge role in just how much more damage can you put out.
Okay, so let me pose a question to Aniero. Were the tanks homogenized before this patch, before the change?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, we've been moving that direction for a while.
And would you say they're more homogenized now?
I actually think that they're more homogenized since 3.0, since getting the next round of abilities.
So it wasn't the VIT change that homogenized.
No, yeah, no, exactly.
Right.
No,
that's what I thought you were trying to say.
No, that this has been like this actually since the end of 2.0. I think at 2.0 you actually had a pretty good difference between warriors and paladins, and there were inherent differences or reasons to bring either one to.
Yeah, and
to
you know what? I'm going to actually
event.
agree with him now, because that's something that we all pointed out was a lot of the changes that the jobs were getting going into Heaven's Ward kind of like changed it up a little bit. Except for the tanks, the tank changes seem to be like pushing them all a little bit closer.
Yeah.
I'm going to give them that, but they do still play different, obviously.
I really do think that it was in the 50 to 60 jump that's where that started happening. And I mean, it's not like I'm not like salty or upset about the tank changes. I'm just wondering if if this is the best thing.
Do you think that might have been a product of what we saw a lot in the 2.0 run, wherein one of the tanks would be labeled worthless and the other one would be labeled the go-to tank, where you didn't see that so much with DPS?
I think we stopped seeing that after the warrior adjustments. That warriors were Garbo.
We saw that at the start of 3.0.
No, that's when we started seeing it that warrior was better and that paladin was.
That's what I'm saying. That's where the problem started. I'm talking about 2.0 to 2.5. We did. It didn't flip that much back and forth between Paladin and Warrior. Once Warrior was quickly adjusted after 2.1, then both those tanks pretty much it came down. It didn't come down to mechanics. It came down to people tweaking skills and stats and being able to get different things out of the jobs.
That's right, because I see the Garbo side of Paladin every time that Nika tanks for me.
Lol.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Lol.
But it was so bad for Warrior at one point. I wonder if they're trying to
from 2.0 to 2.1, but after that point, because the job was essentially broken at that point.
Because you remember the early days of Juxta being a Paladin, there was like always this huge feud between Juxta and Aniero, because Paladins were better than Warriors.
Yeah, and after that it died off because they fixed Warrior.
Yeah, but I'm saying it came back in 3.0 when nobody wanted Paladins at all, and they only wanted.
That's where I'm saying that the trouble started. Was they tried to condense the tanks down to be more similar, didn't do anything for Paladins DPS, and they instantly became garbage because that's all that mattered. DPS was the only thing that mattered in our Savage fights, right?
I'm on Camp Aniero now.
So that's now I think with all of the tanks becoming more homogenized.
So would you rather have Paladins being bad and the tanks not being homogenized?
No, I think what we had identified on the job homogenization show is what should have happened, that they should have specialized Paladin more for damage mitigation as opposed to just pumping up their DPS. That's really all they did, was they just brought Paladin up a little bit and the other two tanks down a little bit, and they go, oh, problem solved. But they could have applied some much more creative thinking there and actually doubled down on Paladin's shitty DPS and go, okay, DPS is not going to be that big of a deal in these fights moving forward, so why don't we specialize you for damage mitigation? I mean, that's the theme of Paladin anyway. And their skills don't reflect that. Right. I mean, they do in a way. They are more potent than other tanks, but not drastically
and
so.
If they also would have spread that a little bit and gave Paladin some abilities that spreads that defensiveness more to like the party too, that would have made them even more attractive.
Right.
Because once you get to a certain point where you're not taking a lot of damage, you can survive stuff, then you don't really need more defense on top of that because you're fine already.
Right. Yeah. See that and that's mostly what I'm getting at, is that they could have made a bunch of different changes with that, and I think they just chose the laziest option.
Motherfuckers.
I mean, that's just my opinion. Let's go back to our phone lines. We've got Karavan. Karavan, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going? It's actually Craven.
Craven, okay.
Craven the Hunter.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a quick point on the tank changes and stuff. I'm actually happy. I play Warrior and I play Paladin, both, and I'm actually happy that they did this because I'm on the stance of, if you want to do that, pump out that DPS, you want to do that, then don't play a fucking tank. Be a DPS.
Yeah.
Tanks are not designed for that. Plain and simple, they're not. You can raise DPS and stuff, but it's also SE's job too to not put content in there like DPS checks and stuff to force players to have to go past that, and be creative with strength and all that to make up for that. Because I think with the Savage, with Alex and stuff, that's where the problem became to, and that's where everybody focused on the strength and stuff, and it was like, well, Paladin sucked now and everything. I don't think Paladin sucked as much as what the content they were bringing in.
See, and
so,
I think with the move away from the crazy DPS checks, because I think what the DPS checks were supposed to provide in the first place was it was supposed to be an artificial gate towards progressing in the content. And so what they assumed players would do is just wait until the gear that they had was better. And what the players actually did was like, no, this means that we have to get rid of our scrub white mages and our scrub tanks and make sure that they're doing as much DPS as possible. It placed an undue burden on both the healers and the tanks, which is, I think, why they backed off of that statement. But I don't think that that's a good reason to go, oh, well, tanks just shouldn't worry about their DPS, because you can push those numbers even higher. There are things that you can do and I'll be honest, both as a healer and a tank, that you can do to push those numbers, and anything that you can be doing to contribute to the party is going to be for the benefit. But I think that Square Enix really set themselves up to have a lot of groups turn on newer or less geared tanks or healers, and really placed kind of an undue burden on them. And I don't know if it's fair or not. I took myself out of raid progression, so I can't say that I honestly have a firsthand opinion about that.
I don't think that if SE brings in the content that doesn't make players who are that play tanks, force them to feel like they can't pump out enough DPS, as long as SE kind of scales that back to where that DPS check is not as important, I think the changes to the tanks will be, and I don't think it was that drastic. I think they brought Warriors DPS down a little bit, and brought I think someone made the comment that they brought the DPS down from like Dark Knight and Warrior down a little bit, and the DPS of Paladin up a little bit with adding attack to Vit.
Right.
And stuff, and it lowered it lowered the DPS numbers, and it was like everybody freaked out. It was like, oh my God, you broke Warrior. Now we can't put out the DPS. Now we can't put out these numbers and everything.
Right.
Well, you shouldn't have had to. You're a damn tank.
Right.
If you want high numbers, be a dragoon, be a monk.
Well, that's not the point. That's not the point. It's not because it's like, oh shit, I can't put out high numbers. What it is it's more of a numbers shock. I've seen this in previous expansions in World of Warcraft. They had a big, huge inflation in their numbers at one point, and they had to scale it back. So when a new expansion came out, and people started like, all right, I was doing like 50k DPS last expansion. Now I'm doing 14k DPS. This is unacceptable. But so is everyone else.
Right.
It was just the shock of seeing
the
different numbers, and that's what's got them more worried than anything else.
And I think that's what I was trying to drive at with my point about the materia additions, is that once we all kind of push our eye level back up there and start adding materia into the fray, I do think we'll start seeing tanks be able to produce the same numbers.
It'll even itself out.
Yeah, but I think that materia selection is going to have a big role to play in tanks being able to push their numbers, which if that's how they end up structuring it, if that's the structure moving forward, I am totally willing to get on that boat and ride that, because
you're gonna ride that materia boat.
Absolutely, because that's long-term thinking, and that's what we've said Square Enix needs to be doing with their game, and I think any kind of long-term thinking, long-term planning like that is great. And yes, I know we're very much in the business of the short-term reactions to things, the initial reactions, and I think you're right. The number shock is going to be great. If you're a tank and you haven't logged on since 3.2, you're not going to be putting up the same numbers that you were. It's not going to, you're definitely going to see a change there. But I do think that with the systems that they've put in place towards gear progression and the way that it's moving forward, that there is a chance, and none of us are there. The community has to get to that point before we are able to look at it and go, this was objectively a good or a bad thing to change.
Mm-hmm. I mean, hell, when you start looking at your HP numbers now, you're not freaking out, are you?
Oh no, the HP numbers look great.
I
don't think the HP, because Vitality was just to raise the HP. I don't think it really, in the defensive is you had a higher HP pool. It didn't really mitigate the damage that you were actually taking. It was just giving you a high HP pool. So it is the initial shock of oh my god, I might be doing a little bit less damage. They've broke my job. How could you do this? And I just find it funny to read on the forums that people are just like, way to go, you broke the job.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't really do that.
Of course, we knew that there were going to be tanks who spent millions of gil on these overmelded accessories that were gonna hop on and just they were brought right to the middle. Now you're right in line with everyone else. And I think those are the people who are going to be the most upset by this change. I get it. It's justified anger, but at the same time, let's see how this ends up shaking out long term. I have my own reservations. I've expressed that. I don't know if it was the best change, but that's what you guys need to that's the key phrase there. I don't know. We don't know. None of us really know yet. But I think down the line, when we start raising our eye level, we start spending our lore tomes, and we start getting into new damage tiers. Because every time there's new gear, the DPS just gets pushed farther and farther, and it's cool to see the bigger numbers come up. I love popping onto DPS and hitting a 5k crit. That's really fun. Yeah. Right. And I go back, in my head, man, I remember the days when I loved a 900 crit,
Right.
and so that's
the first time I broke 1,000.
Yeah, I think that is really gratifying, and that's part of it. Is that I think that tanks are going to be just really disappointed by the number that they're going to be able to put up. So
right. Another quick thing. Don't get me started on the lore gear. I was so excited, and I kind of tried to stay away from looking at the dev posts and all that stuff about because they were saying the lore gear and stuff is going to be themed off of primals and everything. And I'm sitting here and I've got my fingers crossed. I was like, okay, Titan's going to be tanked.
How did they fuck that up?
Don't make them look like a walking rock. All this stuff. I log in, I go straight to Shire, looking at it, and what does tanks look like? A fucking Dragoon.
Yep. Yeah, the tank gear is fucking hideous.
I lost it when I saw that. I just lost it.
What's with that big...
I literally want to fly to Japan, find the guy who designed that, and literally slap the piss.
It looks cool, but it doesn't say tank at all.
Oh, no, it does not say tank at all. What is with the big open space for what's with the titty window? I do not need a titty window.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous. It looks stupid.
When I saw it, I was like, how? It's a video game. It's fantasy. I understand that, but how in the hell could you tank in that gear?
Yeah.
It looks like you have leather gear on with some spikes on and a skirt, and that's it.
I can see it right now. Someone in the art team was designing the Titan gear, and Yoshi P comes in and goes, Titan? Well, yeah, that makes the most sense. Exactly. That's why we're not going to give them Titan.
Yeah.
And they're like, Yoshi, I don't think that is... No, you know what? You're fired. Somebody get over here and make Ifrit the tank.
Can I do it naked?
Do you think they got scrapped at the last second?
You know what? That may have been it.
You know what? They just dropped the ball in general on the glamours. The dungeon gear. It's all the same. It's all
a recolor. What is that a retread of Sawmill?
Someone said it was like Airy or something.
Oh,
but
Airy.
I don't.
It was one of those middle dungeons.
It was one of the middle ones.
I'll grant him that glamour gear is pretty underutilized right now because we just all ran through that at leveling and didn't necessarily farm stuff out of it. I mean, there's a body piece that comes out of what is it? The what's the last one? Not the one in Ishgard, the one that takes place in Ishgard.
Vault?
The vault. Thank you.
Kasumi Cascade says you're not looking forward to that fell cleavage.
But he's not a warrior anymore.
Boo.
That doesn't make sense.
I don't know. I like Papa's idea that the Titan gear got scrapped at the last minute. Like they were getting ready to put it all in the game, and the guy comes up with his stuff for Titan, and it's just like a big boulder that you're wearing, and he's just like, Ifrit.
A recolor of Darklight.
Basically.
memories.
Anyway, yeah, I think a lot of the glamour choices this patch were pretty disappointing. By the way, thank you for the call, Craven of Exodus. We were happy to hear from you. If you'd like to call Limit Break Radio on Skype or 810-515-8715. Our producer, Kookie, will be happy to connect you up to the show. Let's just real quick talk about roulette changes.
They're good.
Best change?
Great. That's a great change.
Yeah.
Great change.
Should have been in the game from day one.
Yeah.
Now I can get leveling roulette on my machinist in no time flat.
Yeah.
Makes everything more fun. 9 out of 10.
I think that this was a pretty fantastic addition.
Wait, why only 9 out of 10?
I don't know.
Oh, right. No, I get it because now Skuro's in your roulette parties.
Lol. That knocks the point off.
Can we talk about how the mentor system is pretty pointless?
Okay, no, yeah. Let's hear about how the mentor system is pointless, Nika. Because go ahead. Explain why it's pointless.
The reason it's pointless is because that what sounds cool is there's like a mentor chat, like a novice chat where you can chat with new people and help them. But hey, guess what? Only 100 mentors can be in it at any given time. So really, there's no point to there ever being more than 100 mentors ever because it's always full, and
those mentors never log off. So basically, since Nika can't use it, it's useless.
Okay, now
honest to God, I have never met a single person. Tell me right now in the chat if you are a mentor and you have actually been in the chat. I feel like there's so many times where they're like, "Oh, I've been in the chat. Oh, not in it anymore." Or I can't get in. I've been every time I zone every couple seconds, and it's just not. It doesn't work.
I have.
Okay, and how
Nika,
useful is it?
People are talking all the time. It was actually really distracting and really annoying. But guess what, Nika? Guess what? The mentor system is not for you. It's for the new players. And as long as there's mentors in that channel, it is serving its function, which is for the new players.
I'm on Nika's side, okay? If she can't help people, nobody should be able to help people.
No,
that is Nika logic.
You shut the fuck up. Why allow every single player to be a mentor if they don't allow me to help people?
Well, here's the thing. Just because you're not in the
you're
chat,
helping new players, Nika. Maybe not you specifically, but
how can they search me out? Is there a search function in the game where they can search for mentors that are currently online to talk to? So they can see a mentor that's on their job.
There's a chat channel.
They're in the channel.
Right, but you only have to have one tank, one DPS, and one
Maybe they want to talk to Nika specifically.
No, right. What if the only tank mentor is on that no tanks are only warriors or paladin and they want help on Dark Knight? So is there a way to search?
There's 100 people that know stuff in the channel, Nika.
Is there a way to search for mentors that are currently on Dark Knight? Is there a way to do that?
I know what the problem is, okay? This is the problem. There are so many mentors, teachers out there, but there's not enough jobs for them, and because Nika doesn't have one, she's freaking out.
Shut up. No, it's just I feel like there not a way
job
to search
security.
For and Alex, FF11 had a search so you could search for mentors who were online.
But the 11 mentor system suck balls.
You can search for mentors on player search. Have you tried?
No, that's what I'm asking you. How do you do it?
Using the player search.
Can you type mentor and it searches for all mentors that are online?
There's probably a mentor option.
There's a mentor option, you can search for people who are offering material modes or
the fact that there's a little crown above your head. Maybe you're running around somewhere and some guy's like, "Oh, hey, I see that you're a mentor."
Okay, you're right. I did find the mentor search. That's what I was asking. I wasn't sure. There is one. You're right.
Okay, but the point is, Nika, there's 100 people in the mentor channel who know stuff. So someone says, "Hey, tell me about Dark Knight. I'm new, but I want to know about Dark Knight." You're gonna have 80 fucking people chime in about Dark Knight. And if someone is wrong about Dark Knight, the other 79 people will say, hey, no, don't listen to this guy. He's wrong. This is how Dark Knight actually is.
No, I get it, and you're right. But what I'm saying is that, like, the way the system was implemented was done slightly poorly.
Well, think about if there was like 1,000 people in that chat, like you would say one question, and that chat would just bomb.
My God, yeah, you're right. If you had all of the mentors just sitting in there, it would just be.
How many mentors do you need?
Yeah,
Mika?
you don't really.
Now, what might have been a decent idea is have multiple chat channels each that allow 100 in there. That would make more sense.
Why do you?
It's not necessary, but
chat channels.
I was going to say 100 actually seems like a lot to me.
Although what Virto was saying that on Leviathan there was all 100 mentor slots were filled, but only 13 out of 412 possible novice slots. So there's probably not enough chat channels for the amount.
Well, yeah, because there on a lot of servers, it's going to be hugely imbalanced like that. I mean, there's just more veteran players that have been playing long term than there are new players incoming on that server.
Oh, Sergeant Tannis probably is like that.
I mean, I can imagine on some low pop servers that it would be fucking brutal. But here's the other thing though, is that as long you're right, Juxta. As long as there's one person in there that kind of knows what they're talking about, then the system is serving its function. But I will actually I'll actually agree with Nika to this point that they could have made multiple rooms. They could have made it so, but I feel like at some point you would have just rooms of mentors and no new people. That's, I think, the issue.
It's a room of 512, so there's 100 mentors and 412 newbies.
Right.
I don't think you're gonna ever fill up that newbie cap.
You don't think?
No.
Really?
Not unless a new expansion
Well,
comes
and
out.
also the new people have to be actually invited by a mentor to join the channel. So it's even then you can join.
Yeah.
But if a mentor doesn't see you with the sprout, you might not even be in the newbie
yeah,
channel.
that's dumb. I feel like if you're a sprout, you should just be in there.
It's
to prevent RMT.
It's prevent RMT. Yeah, you want tons of spam in there?
No, that's point. That's good. Yeah, because guild spammers would use that like crazy.
At some point, then through like the main story scenario or something, it should offer you or tell you about it to get in there.
Maybe it does. I mean, we're clearly not going through that portion of the game
it will
ourselves.
invite you to the Hall of the Novice eventually in the storyline.
Yeah.
I think I saw that in the patch.
There you go. If you finish the Hall of Novice, you can have access to it.
Although that would be cool because RMTs aren't going to do that. Except I think that it would be like what Arvon said is that if there should be a mentor channel for each job. So like I could be a Paladin mentor because I know about Paladin. So if you wanted to know about Paladin, you would join the Paladin chat. Like it seems weird that it's like, oh, anyone can be a mentor if they have one of each job leveled and go.
So what, you want to have like 20 different channels? Like this is
and then you're just always in it, so there's no negative to it. And then if somebody joins it and asks you a question, bam, you're there.
This is like way more thought that you need to put into this because now so there's a Paladin channel, but you can only talk about Paladin stuff. But what if you want to talk about Dark Knight? You have to like switch over to the Dark Knight channel.
That's just so complicated.
Maybe
you're in all channels at the same time.
Then maybe a tank channel, healer channel, and DPS channel.
And then you know what would happen? We would lose one of our dungeons per patch because the development time that goes into each of these channels.
It's just creating a different channel? No way.
And it's getting needlessly complex at that point.
And now what? Like, well, I want to be in the DPS and the healer channel because that's my expertise. So now you have mentors in multiple channels at one time because you can't just have one channel because that's unfair to the mentors or something, right, Nico? Like, I don't.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it just wasn't implemented with a whole lot of thought. That's all I'm saying.
It doesn't need a lot of thought.
Yeah, you're making this way more complicated than it needs to be. It's for the sprouts, and that's all it is to it. Like a sprout's gonna shout in the city, "Hey, I need help with the new people." Some mentor's gonna invite them to the channel, and then they're gonna get all the help they want. Because let me tell you, the people that are in this chat are so fucking stick up their ass about shit. It's like fucking nuts.
They probably just end up arguing with each other.
It's like, okay, please keep all the side talk to a minimum and do not use acronyms unless you explicitly say what MSQ means because it's going to be very confusing.
Has an acronym dictionary.
You know what? I want to become a mentor just so when someone asks a question, I can spam, check Google, noob.
And then you'll get kicked because they are so do not be mean.
Oh, you can kick people?
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, heaven forbid.
Who gets the power to kick people?
Anyone.
Really?
Yes, because people started kicking other mentors because they were AFK. Oh, holy shit! You don't have the power to kick them because they're just AFK. That is abuse of power. And
Is
I'm
it
gonna
just
report you to Square Enix.
wait, just one kick and you're out?
Oh my
I
god.
think so, 'cause I
That's
never-
so funny.
Or are you out forever or just for right now?
Just for right now, and then you get placed
Yeah,
back in
okay,
the queue.
then that's fair, because if you're AFK but there are other
Oh,
mentors
no.
online, let them take the spot.
No, you can't do that because then it's if you go AFK, then it's bad.
Oh,
but
that's
it's-
so funny.
Oh my god, the people in these chats are so fucking.
I don't want to be a mentor now.
No,
I don't either.
You don't. You don't want to be in these channels. Oh my god.
I kind of do. I think
Aniero would thrive in that environment.
I think I have things to add.
You will say one thing and get kicked instantly.
Yeah, no. I think I just want to observe and read.
I've never been able to get in. I've tried.
Does it say who kicks who? Because I would just be the guy kicking everybody just for no reason.
just start kicking people for no reason.
They'll start fucking witch hunting. They'll be like, who's doing this? Who's doing this? Let's see. So and so was added most recently. Was this you? And he's like, no, I just got here.
No, it wasn't me.
And, oh my god.
Oh my god, that's so
That
funny.
sounds hilarious.
That is too funny.
There is a podcast built out of this somewhere.
I think there's got to be a segment there.
Oh, Skuro says it does say who kicks
Oh,
who.
does it? I did not see that message.
That's fantastic.
That's funny.
That is great.
Wow.
All right, let's go back to the phone lines. We've got Ellie Buttons on the line. Ellie, what's up?
What's up? All right, motherfucker, we're not even going to do the pleasantries. I'm going to tell you right the fuck now, be a Lalafell. That's it.
Ooh.
Like, seriously, stop being a little bitch. Stop giving us all blue balls. Just be a Lalafell.
That's the best
That's
Ellie's
it?
got.
Come on, Ellie. You gotta kick it up a notch.
Not convinced. I am wholly unconvinced.
Like, honestly, I'm not going to fucking beg you. We're done doing the tweeting. We're done with all that shit. Be a Lalafell.
I'm disappointed.
I know.
I just yell at you. Fucking do it. Do it now.
You can
do it.
You can muster more.
You
Come
need
on.
to turn up the salt. His finger is hovering over the drop call
It
button,
is.
Ellie. You
It
need to
is.
turn up the salt.
Come on.
One more chance.
Honestly, people shouldn't have to beg you to be a Lalafell.
It's not about begging.
It's not about.
It is right, because
I
this
do
is
not-
part of what people paid for, and you're denying them that. So she's right. She shouldn't have to yell or beg. You promised it, now you need to deliver.
You should be
fucking honored
mad.
to be a Lalafell.
She shouldn't have to beg you
And
because
if
you
don't,
promised.
I am going to follow you around in game, and I am going to hump your fucking leg.
I don't. I don't make these rules.
I'm a rapist. I don't ever
And
say
I'm
it
going to
flat
get
out.
my step stool. I will get my Lalafellian step stool, and I will hump your fucking face, too.
I don't make the rules on primals. Okay, that's Square Enix makes those rules. Then and there's 2,000, at least 2,000. I'm gonna just say 2,000 between Facebook and Twitter that follow us, and we only got 17.
Is he seriously giving a speech right now?
I'm not. No, I'm making a
They
point.
can't even log onto their goddamn computer. There's so much salt covering their bodies, they literally cannot even operate a keyboard. So
I'm pretty
sure.
Pretty sure.
Get your goddamn Subladar and be a goddamn Odin Lalafell.
I'm pretty sure that most everyone has a smartphone these days and can tweet. And if you don't have a Twitter, make one.
Their hands are too fucking greasy. It's covered in fucking astrolife. It's all crusty. They can't tweet. No, we all want you to be a fucking Lalafell.
Ellie, you have a gift for imagery. Do you know that?
So yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling the salt. I'm just.
You're gonna give me a goddamn aneurysm.
I don't-
Seriously, I will find you in real life, and I will touch your butt, and you don't want that.
I don't think you want that, Ellie.
Yeah. That
that's-
sounds like you lose in that situation. I don't think I'm losing there. So
You don't fucking know me. I am down. I am looking for any excuse to touch them butts, motherfucker.
yeah, well, you don't know, you don't know me.
You don't know his butt.
Yeah,
He's full of like germs and like boils.
He actually he actually has more. He has more than just the double chin on his neck, and they're located on his butt.
He's got double butt.
All right, Ellie. If that's I think that if that's the best that you can muster, I don't think that got the job done. Thanks for the call, Ellie. By the way,
Sorry, not sorry.
By the way, Ellie Buttons over on Twitch. You make sure you go subscribe to, or you follow her channel. She doesn't have the sub button yet, but
it's on its way.
Just give her some time. She'll get that sub button before you know it. But yeah, head on over, follow Ellie Buttons
Take
on
a
Twitch.
walk on the wild side.
You're not wrong.
It's definitely some of the most entertaining streaming that I can name off the top of my head. So thanks for the call, Ellie. We appreciate it.
We got to put our last hope in Mr. Jack. Mr. Jack's supposed to be calling.
Oh, well, we'll see. We'll see if we get to him.
We have a lot of people on call.
For the salt?
Yeah. So let's move on here to emails. We're getting here pretty close to the end of the show. If you want to call in, make sure that you send a Skype message to Limit Break Radio or 810-515-8715.
Dibs on the last email reread. It's a short one.
All right. I'm going to read the first one here, I guess. Hi, hosts of LBR. It's been too long since I last got to listen live. New schedule means I'm never home when LBR is on, but I've been catching up via iTunes. I ended up taking a break from Final Fantasy XIV in the past month to avoid grinding burnout, but 3.2 gave me the encouragement to get back to the Millstone. 27 out of 80 pieces now for their anima, and I'm knee-deep in getting lore tomes for new gear. Story-wise, Gears of Change can be summed up as holy shit. The Grand Melee was probably one of the most fun fights I've ever been in, and the events of Falcon's Nest had me on the edge of my seat before knocking me clear out of it, as he scored a home run with this patch.
Wow, there we go.
Thanks for all the fun listening you guys provide, and maybe one day I'll be lucky enough to do a roulette with you guys. That's from Kari
Alkanashi.
Thank you, Kari, for that email from the Goblin server, and we appreciate it. And I mean, I think 3.2 is a step in the right direction. I think I would have liked to see a little bit more on the narrative side.
I want to see more Warriors of Darkness.
The way that Carrie phrases it is, yes, the events themselves were a lot of fun when you were doing them. It's just that the narrative that it pushed in the end felt lackluster.
Yeah, I think so, because it didn't really end up going somewhere where it's like, okay.
Right.
So, yeah. Anyway, thanks for that email, Kari. Let's go back to our phone lines. We've got the evolved male, Samus Rage Boner.
Oh, my gosh.
What's up?
Why don't you Canucks go back where you came from?
Samu. How you doing, Sam?
I'm all right, man. Thanks. Appreciate the encouragement, you fucks.
Yes,
idiot.
Oh my god.
Really know how to make a guy feel welcome.
You know what I just realized?
What's that?
He kind of sounds a little bit like Ryuichi. Just
rude.
Without like the hesitation. Yeah. Like this is what Ryuichi could be if he was cool.
Treat me like a dum-dum and a grunt. You can only hope. Come on.
I have potential,
You gotta learn to walk before you run.
All right, Sam. So you want to talk about the mentor system?
Yeah, the mentor system. I think it's. I think what they intended with it it's a good thing, but the way they implemented it is kind of flawed. And the way I see it is,
Nika sympathizer.
It's true.
I think my argument's a little bit different, but I think we both agree that it's a fucked up system, because really your only requirements for being a mentor is to have level 60s, right?
And have run 1,000 dungeons or something.
And commendations.
Yeah.
So you can't be a dick.
So it's like any other thing. People will grind through it. They won't learn the job. It's like leveling to 60. Like they fake grind, and then they hit level 60, and all of a sudden they have a level 60 job, but they suck at their job. So with that being said, I think most of these people who are playing these multiple 60s jobs, I think they don't know the actual jobs themselves. Like, whatever they're trying to help on, I have a feeling they really don't know their shit.
Yeah, but at the same time, you're only helping the sprout. So at that point in the game, the kind of questions you're going to be asking isn't something you're going to need like an in-depth fucking degree from the cathedral.
A sprout's never gonna come into the chat channel and go, okay, how does petrifaction work? That's That's not going
Or
to be.
I can't seem to push my DPS, above the 1100 mark when I'm,
Right.
using this in depth. So I'm trying to decide between using this move and this move. Which one should I prioritize over it? And by the way, these are the stats that I'm kind of pushing things towards. So can you help me find that extra 1%?
Right. You're in questions. Where do I get my chocobo?
And the thing is,
Okay,
like,
if these questions are so simple, then why do we have a mentor system?
Good
why do
fucking
we have
question.
wasted resources to have it in the first place?
Amen.
So
because it's easier to ask
idea-
someone real quickly, hey, where do I get the chocobo? Oh, you do this in the main storyline and then talk to this guy.
You know what it really does? That really undercuts the usefulness of any of the wikis. When you can just ask somebody in the chat channel. I mean, it's a simple, first of all, I don't think that system took a ton of time to devise, and I don't think that it took a ton of development time to put in. So because they kept it simple, right? They didn't overthink it. They didn't.
System.
Yeah, they did.
All it is a chat system.
Exactly.
It's not that hard to do, but it's one of those things. It's image. It's like they put something in, they hype it up, and then it turns out it kind of sucks. That kind of thing, when you keep reinforcing that kind of thinking and that kind of expectations in your player base, it kind of fucks with you. It kind of goes against you, just like the Verminion. Verminion is something that they were hyping up, and look at when it came out, it flopped.
Verminion is now just a giant stone they wear around their neck.
I mean, I sort of feel like, I mean, I get what you're saying, Sam, because so much of this game is explained to you just through playing it.
Oh, I know. That was one of the great features of it.
It is it becomes painfully obvious of what the game wants from the player, right? And because of that, it sort of makes you think like, oh, well, what kind of purpose does this shit serve? But then you get Nika's point of like you end up queuing into a dungeon with a guy only casting ice magic the entire time, and you go, oh no, there are people who could use this. There are definitely people who could, it's just a socialization tool, and I think that that's actually way better for a new player. Like it gives you an automatic way to socialize and a way to just meet people in this game without talking and shout or say, which nobody does.
Or how about this?
Or if they do, they're completely retarded.
The new player comes in and says, hey, I just ran a dungeon and I was using ice magic to keep my MP up, but the party yelled at me and then kicked me. What was I doing wrong? And then the mentors come and say, oh, well, you're supposed to do this, this, and this. They wouldn't get that from a wiki. They couldn't parse that information.
Yeah,
but the thing is that nobody's going to ask the question like that.
Okay,
they're going to say,
so
oh my god, I just got kicked from this asshole dungeon. Oh my god, they're such fucking assholes. They won't even ask the question the right way.
Nika speaks for all sprouts.
The people who are making mistakes to that level aren't smart enough to realize the mistakes they're making and seek to better themselves.
I disagree. Lots and lots of old people, like 45 and over, play this game and don't understand things. Like, they don't understand why you would want mana regeneration or something. So, like, people who are, like, old and don't get video games could benefit from this, because if you have someone explain it to you, then they'll be like, oh, okay.
But I think
I kind of like Papa.
Like I
don't even know what I'm doing here.
Like I think like what kind of questions do you end up getting fielded with in that chat channel, Juxta? Is it stuff that is like
it's a lot of like discussionary topics, like how do the tanks stack up against each other, or why do I have to wait until why can't I be an astrologian right now, or why can't I be a rogue right now? When can I be a rogue, or where's the rogues?
Okay,
a lot of people trying to figure out what they want to do in the game.
Legit.
Yes,
those last two questions are legit. The first one's kind of stupid, and then the example you brought up of I was only using ice magic and I got kicked. Like those are questions I think they belong in the mentor system. But I have a feeling that as more mentors get in there, and as the chat becomes all convoluted, you're not going to have those kind of questions. You're going to have discussions, or you're going to have what I feel is going to happen. People are going to be spamming their FCs and spamming their run cells and their crafting, selling crafting shit.
I don't know. I think that the ubiquitous kick option will keep that down.
I think the kick option will keep people from doing that.
Yeah.
In a perfect world, discussions happening, that would be great. But Juxta,
the self-moderation.
If you remember when Nika had that person in the party that was spamming ice, right? She kindly tried to help them
very nicely. I was like, hey,
and
my
they
main
kept
DPS
doing
is Black Mage. Let me try to help you. And they're like, you're a tank. Do your fucking job.
Yeah,
you tank.
so the people who are making mistakes like that don't think they're doing anything wrong,
And the
so
thing
they're
is,
not
is
going to
even then-
seek. They're not going to seek to fix themselves.
the other people defended them too. Like the other DPS was like, yeah, you're the tank. Leave them alone. Let them play. I was like, oh my god! I like even said that I play Black Mage as my main DPS. They're doing it wrong. We'd go like the entire party would benefit from me helping this person.
Okay, now hold on. It's a little bit different to be put on the spot like that in a dungeon, like when you're actively doing stuff.
Yeah, but like, I've met so
hold
many
on,
people
hold
who
on, Nika.
appreciate
Stop
it.
talking for a second. Jesus, it's a different situation when you're in that on the spot like that versus coming back like 30 minutes later and saying. Like maybe they might talk to themselves and say like, hey, why did this happen? Like, so maybe not all the time. But
Some self-reflection in there.
Maybe I fucked up.
No,
Maybe I should have thrown the controller at the ground.
Not everyone
having
is bad and
self-reflection,
terrible players.
that is not a trait that a lot of the world has.
Okay, but this is useful to some people.
See, I heard about the mentor system. I was thinking you're going to see questions like, "Hey, I am not high enough level to get the next storyline mission. What should I be doing to level up?" Like that's the kind of things I thought I would
question.
Yeah, that pops
That's a
in
legit
there.
question.
Yeah.
Where should I grind fates at?
Right.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
that's what I hear.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I hear people have to do to level up in this game. Grind fates.
Shit, I may ask that.
How do I do
question.
leaves?
Right.
Shit like that. Like where can I get more?
Right.
Yeah.
It's things
That's
that
what I saw.
It's things that can be answered with Google, but is infinitely faster to ask in the channel.
Exactly.
Right. So, thanks for the call, Sam. We appreciate it. Make sure you check him out. Twitch.tv/evolvedmale. So, yeah.
What are we missing?
Ellie's twerking in Aniero's face on the stream.
I've had worse things happen.
If you were a potato, she wouldn't be in your face.
No, she'd be getting all horns. That's all.
Wow. Jesus.
All right. Anyway,
It's all bad.
Twitch.tv/evolvedmale. Thank you, Samus, for giving us a call there. Let's take our next email. Who wants to take it?
I'll take the next one.
All righty.
If I can get
Really?
a fucking pad to work.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, don't.
Just give me a second, motherfuckers. All right.
We're not live.
Hey,
or anything.
LBR, longtime listener, started with a Salted Earth episode.
That's what's up. Oh.
Natalia, don't forget to mention I will fund a rendition of Hildebrand via LBR Theater. Hashtag
Oh, that's
ultimate
right. We
production
haven't-
value.
Yes,
We haven't
Rousseau
brought that up
offered
yet.
if all 5 of us would be willing to do a Hildebrand mission, like voice
Like
acted
the
out.
most recent ones.
Yeah, he would fund it.
Interesting.
There's like 5 characters. We could each take a character.
Okay.
I would
I
like
can be the girl.
I would
No.
like your thoughts on Stone Sky Sea, much to several people's displeasure. I have not touched that piece of content and most likely will not touch it. I cannot wrap my head around this piece of content as someone who has no motivation to do Savage content. If they had added some AoEs to the dummies to emulate you having to move and some achievements, I may have tried it by now, but until then, nope. The only thing I can think of for SSS is to make sure you can even meet the minimal DPS required for X or Savage content, while faster time, clear time allows for more margin of error, aka having to move. This is pretty much a waste of development time and integration, since those who would use this content don't need it, since they either have parsers or are already checking Savage X content. Thank you for the time taking time to read this. Sarah Linegood of the Brynhilder server. And if you've been listening to this episode, you pretty much know our opinions on it. But you know what? That would have been fine with me. If it would have been like, okay, you know what? You've unlocked access to Savage Midas now.
Right.
But in order to actually queue, you have to go and clear the Savage Midas dummy.
Right.
All right. That'd have been fine. But
I would hate that.
But the thing is that healers wouldn't be able to kill.
But it's serving more of a purpose.
It would serve a purpose, but I would hate that.
But dude, it's like you're not even learning the fight. It's just in terms of what you can pump out in DPS.
I know. It
There's
serves a purpose.
there's not a floor pattern in there. You're not learning anything.
But I would hate those 3 minutes that I will never get back.
Well, you know what? DPS faster and it won't be 3 minutes.
Honestly,
enough.
just go to a fucking dummy and parse yourself. This is a retarded conversation.
Yeah. SSS is retarded.
It really is. It's stupid. By the way,
Stupid, sucky, stupider.
let's go back to our phone lines. We've got Taser Smurf. How's it going, Taser?
Oh no, don't taser me, you fucking asshole. After the salt you gave Juxta and Callow for their shady dealings during the goddamn shit.
During the
Go
goddamn
and
shit.
have
Okay.
the fucking audacity to weasel your way out of becoming a potato Odin? That's not gonna fly, man.
think her voice is too high pitched for Salt.
But she's not wrong. You are doing some hardcore weaseling after being first in line to give people shit when they tried to welch on something.
Hey,
I wanted to shave my legs and regrow it before the waxing, and you were like, they donated $4,500. That's not enough for you. Go fuck yourself.
Paraphrase.
Yeah, paraphrasing, but not far off. And now you're like, oh, you know what? I think I'm gonna take some obscure SE lore and use that as my defense to not change to a potato.
Again, I don't make the rules about primals. You guys,
you just obey them when it's convenient.
Hey, no. Look, I did I give myself the title or the nickname the Primal of Salt?
He did not.
Did I? Okay. So El Primals, that was a title that was bestowed upon me. Okay,
just like community leader.
And in Aniero's defense, you're going to do that behind the scenes and not tell anybody.
That's right.
Aniero is doing this publicly
in front of everyone.
Okay.
I got to take the heat.
He's taking all the heat.
Yeah, look at all of these calls that we're farming. By the way, thanks Taser. It's not going to happen, but thanks Taser. I mean, look at all of these calls that we're getting with people mad at me. I mean, Ellie's been mad, Taser's mad.
Ellie said she's calling in every Sunday till you change.
Well,
I'm not really sure how that's a punishment. We love you, Ellie.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. That's okay.
I just think it proves that you're the most giant hypocrite on this entire show.
Yeah.
That's okay.
You're okay. You're okay with that reputation.
You know, there's probably at least 10 other discussions that people could go back and parse out the shit that I've said and call me a hypocrite. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I think we should forgo some more emails for more calls.
Okay, Teddy has a good point. Is there anyone who actually wants Aniero to stay here? Like, who really actively says, no, Aniero must stay here? If there's anyone who actually says that. I don't think there is.
You know what? I'm kind of fine with Aniero being here.
That doesn't.
What did he pay you?
It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference.
But that means everyone is actively thinking, I wish he was not a Hure, and that is how
you can't. You can't prove that. No, you can't prove that. They have to make the jump to actually expressing #PotatoDin.
Okay, everyone in the chat right now, #PotatoDin, go.
Go to Twitch.
There's 223 of you.
Go to Twitter. It's not going to count in the chat. It's not going to count in the chat. We can't tally.
Not everybody has a Twitter.
We can't tally the chat. Everyone's got a Twitter. Everyone's got a Twitter. If they don't, they've got a fucking Facebook. Do it. #PotatoDin. It's the only way it's getting
chat's
done.
Going right now. See, look, there's 10.
And I just explained. It does
work in the chat because
chat
it's
doesn't,
live.
No.
They're shouting at you.
Chat doesn't matter.
Now.
Chat doesn't matter. It's got to be Twitter.
Wow.
It's got to be Twitter.
Right now.
It's got to be Twitter.
Right now.
Look at all of them.
I set
Okay, no, wait, hold on.
I set the
You
stipulation.
want to talk about fucking rules? Show me the lore where it says it has to be on fucking Twitter.
Exactly.
Oh,
this is showing
Mika,
you
shut
how
up.
many
Let me
people
do this.
right now
Let me
are
fucking
actively
do this.
wishing
Let
for
me
the PotatoDin to
mute
happen.
her. Please
That
mute
is
her.
how primals are formed.
Her. No.
All they need to
Right
do.
there.
That's not how that.
All
That's
they
not.
need to
That's
do
not
is
how this works,
focus.
Kahlo. You
All
don't
they
just get
need
to
to
talk
do-
over
You're
people
making the rules,
and
Aniero, and you don't even talk. You said that yourself.
I get to make up the rules. It's fine.
I don't know what we're yelling about.
And in fact, I'm not making up the rules. I'm following Square Enix's
Where
rules.
does it say Twitter or Facebook and
Square
Square
Enix's
Enix's
rules. Twitter makes primals. Is that how Muhammad
do the
was
cool
born?
No,
people have
no.
to go to social media to bring Titan back?
The
Is there a Leviathan book somewhere that
You're
people are
done.
posting on?
You're
I
done.
bet there's a chocobo, a warker.
And lo, he did take until the Twitter and believe in the primal Ifrit.
#pot outing.
Oh, there is a donation.
There's a donation for
with
it.
the hashtag.
And again,
that counts for $5. 5 PotatoDin.
No, it doesn't. That's not. You can't just make this up. I'm following Orzea's rules.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Now, hey, shut.
To your own agenda.
Leave the room. Get out.
No.
Get out.
No.
Get out.
No.
Go. You're taking a timeout. Then you're gonna spend the rest of the show without a fucking mic. Get out of the room.
No.
You've been yelling over everyone today. Get the fuck out of here.
Everybody else does.
Get out.
Not doing it.
Get out. Then you're gonna be on mute the rest of the show.
They can hear me.
You're gonna be on mute.
They can hear me.
No,
I can't go
I can hear him.
because I don't want to.
No, but I'm just. Here's the thing. We have to be able to tally it. Those potato dins are already gone in the chat. They're gone.
No, they're not.
They're transit. No, they're transit. No, that's not gonna
count them.
That's you could have fabricated that screenshot. I don't know that. So
I didn't window share with you.
Nika, I'm hovering over your mute,
You're
and I don't
ridiculous.
care. And I don't care if you leave. You can leave. You can leave, and that's one less person that is arguing with me. So you can go ahead and hang up the Skype call. But if you piss me off anymore, I'm definitely muting you. So here's how this works. Here's how this works. It has to be provable. It has to be somewhere where we can go back next week and tally it. I'm not. Hey.
Why
do you? Hey. You want to test me? You want to test me? You want to have a Mexican standoff? We'll have a Mexican fucking standoff.
What does that mean?
Don't fuck with me. I'll mute the fuck out of you.
When do we have to
Wait, I
prove it?
thought we were looking on Twitter today. That's when Kooky counted. Why next week? Why not now?
Well, that's when the next show happens.
It's so we can count them
It's
next
so we
week.
can tally them.
What's the number?
How many do you
What's
need?
the
before
number?
We have 2,000 people.
What's the number?
Half of that.
Hashtag
What?
potato
Half.
Bullshit.
50%.
We don't get a 50% response on anything.
50%.
Bullshit.
No,
that's sorry. You've got to encourage your other LBRmy members. You've got to encourage other people who listen to the show. Look, not enough of you are active on Twitter or Facebook.
We have never gotten a
shut
50%
up.
response to
God
anything.
Damn it! Shut up. Good God. Do you guys?
I think you have enough salt to wish yourself into a potato.
No. The thing here's the truth. Here's the truth. Okay, for as much salt as you guys want to try to throw at me, I can put it out 5 times, 10 times, 100 times more. You guys can't even begin to approach the salt levels of Aniero. Can't even come close. It's going to take 1,000 of you. It's going to take 1,000 potato tins to make this shit happen, just to even balance the ledger on how much salt you can come and fucking bring to the table. Period.
But this is what I don't understand. When they donated to the bet, they donated under the assumption you would change to a Lalafell. They have already paid for this, and now you're asking them to tweet? That is not fair. You promised you would do this, just like the Juxta got the tattoo.
I promised shit.
Why couldn't Escalia back out of
I promised shit. I didn't promise shit.
It was part of the deal.
No, it wasn't. That was added late as a stipulation. Because you guys because I was sitting around giving you guys shit, and then you were like belly aching, like, oh no, you can't. Then you got to turn into a potato. It was a late addition to the bet. Okay,
and
I lied.
Everyone who donated from there on out donated under the assumption this was.
I lied. I didn't lie to the audience. I lied to you. I lied to Nika and Juxta
so you
and
told
Kahlo.
the audience that you weren't actually
No,
gonna
that's
do it?
called subterfuge, and that's how you play the game.
You're saying the audience who donated after that point knew that you weren't going to do it. They donated under the assumption that you were not.
No,
going
I'm
to
saying that they don't care. They have to express that they care to compel me to make it happen. Again, we're talking in circles here. I'm just following Square Enix's primal rules. That's all I'm doing. You guys have to come, and you guys got to come to the table. And you know what? The interaction that we get on Facebook, the interaction that we get on Twitter is abysmal. It's abysmal. You guys don't interact with the show enough. You guys got it, and I don't think that you can. I don't think that the audience can get to 1,000 potato dins. I just don't think they can. I don't think it can happen.
But they got to a couple $1,000. Isn't that showing that?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That shows that they care plenty, and the fact that Juxta won shows that they care, that they want you to lose and be a potato din.
Nope.
Yep, that's exactly how this works.
Okay, bye, Nika. No more Nika, because she's just going to sit here and argue fine points like she does with everything else.
Because she's right.
God, you're such an asshole.
Oh, Nika, I'm sorry. It must be tough being right all the time.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Not all the time, but in this case.
You say all the time.
Yeah.
Let's let
Yeah,
We
all right,
had a
all right.
mentor discussion.
Fair enough.
1,000 potato dins. You guys asked me to put a number. I was going to give an arbitrary number. It was
pretty arbitrary.
It was just going to be I was just going to make it up. And then you guys were like, "No, give a number.
Yeah.
Fine, fuck you, 1,000. Do it.
1,000
That's
people,
half.
huh?
That's half of our social media audience.
1,000 tweets.
1,000 tweets.
Okay.
Facebook works too. I'm not going to discriminate, but it's got to be on social media. It's got to be on social media. It can't be in the fucking chat. It can't be an email. It's got to be on social media.
Must be provable.
Let's go back to the phone lines. Mr. Jack, how's it going?
It's going all right. How are you doing?
I just blew 2 of my cast members out of the water for the rest of the show. I'm doing pretty well. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
We're all hoping he'll blow himself next.
Hey, phrasing!
No, I'll stick by it.
I actually wanted not to throw out any salt, but I was actually going to defend Aniero's position a little bit, just because I can understand.
I bet you don't get kicked off the show.
I understand why.
Whoops!
Oh, isn't that a shame? I guess I was wrong.
Oh, I had to take it. Oh. I'll bring him back.
Oh,
I got to take it.
No, we're done. Bye, Mr. Jack. Thanks for calling.
Well done, Jackson.
Oh my God. Oh.
Whoops, he says.
Let's take our next email. Who wants to read it?
Cal, you want to read this one?
No, I'm good.
Where are we at?
Scalia, you're gonna read this.
Oh, all right. Hello, guys. Hi, Nika. Hashtag potato, and show's over. Oh, wait, sorry. That was not...
Oh, I'll just sit here in silence and let you sound like a fucking moron.
All right. See you.
Leroy Jenkins!
Hello, guys. Hi, Nika. Having listened to both of the songs in question, Powerman 5000 is way out of their goddamn minds if they think that song can be distinguished from all the other garbage that is industrial rock. These ski goggle wearing cunts have found a way to latch onto something successful, hoping to get relevance and for a career that has basically died 15 years ago. Hinting at legal action, but saying it was a fan would be cool, but basically is saying that that fan had enough money to support their hair and dye trucker meth addiction that would sue them too. Being Rob Zombie's brother, quick note, Rob Zombie in person is the most boring fucking human being alive, and I would rather watch my grandmother's corpse be skull-fucked by a Haitian with AIDS than watch another one of his shitty movies. Check
Jesus.
Lords of Salem for reference. Neither entitles you to a career nor an opinion where copyright law is concerned. Your brother got all the talent in your family. Live with it. Also, looking at Powerman 5K's Facebook page and knowing a little bit about photographer and concerts in general, saying your show was sold out when there was obviously clever photography done to mask that only 5 people in the show was dishonest. Shame on you! Your 40-year-old asses are trying to act like it's still the 90s, and it is sad as juggalos are acting as if ICP is remotely decent. Looking at you, Nate. Don't get me wrong, I understand that J-codes are uncomfortable as fuck, but the neon green wires and ski goggles do not fool me into thinking that you are some kind of ski instructor from the year 3000. Stop acting like you're a king shit of fuck mountain because you have fans in Europe. That's like saying you had sex with a hot girl when we all know she's fat. Hashtag fat shaming. We all look away so you don't see our shamed faces. So I propose a challenge. I'll eat a bag of dicks if anyone can line up 10 industrial songs in Powerman 5000 and tell me which song is theirs and which one was ripped off. For those who are slightly retarded persuasion, I am saying that all these fucking songs are the same. So please, LBR, stop giving these cunts any time. The 4K community needs to stop letting bitches who want to act like victims as victims. The internet is great because it gave everyone a voice. The problem is not everyone deserves a fucking voice. And Powerman 5K has a shot at a voice in the 90s, but fucked it up by releasing regurgitated content like 50 other bands that also released. Set with love, Evil Hippie 69 Alarm, Morningstar Sucking Chindes.
Wow. That Leroy Jenkins drop really helped you.
Whew. Someone had to do it.
Jesus.
Oh my god, I'm sweaty now.
You alright?
He looks exhausted.
I am exhausted. I gotta carry this fucking show.
I'm just gonna mute you too. Just
what the fuck? Fuck you!
Fuck you. That's right. Don't fuck
Are
with
you
me.
listening to me, you son of a bitch parasite scum?
I can just mute the drops, too.
I want to get one more in.
Yeah.
Okay. Callie, you want to come use my mic?
Nope.
All right, cool.
I like having the power. I like being an audiomancer.
Anyone want to go get a beer?
Oh, it's okay. We're over. All we have to do is end the show. I could just say goodbye. I could just start the music and just be like, bye. See ya. We're done.
See ya.
It's over. A lot of people in the audience look pissed. Oh,
They probably are because you're an asshole.
Yeah. That's. I get it. It's fun. All right, fine. I'll unmute all of you stupid people. God, just arguing with me.
Hey,
telling you,
hey.
argue. Take it up with Square Enix. Take it up with Square Enix and their primal rules.
You didn't unmute everybody.
Yeah, I did.
Nuh-uh.
Since I got cut off before finishing,
Who did I not
I'm
unmute?
with Aniero.
Oh, your drops?
LFLs don't
well.
have a lot of
I think
eyes.
that's okay.
Someone's
I'm sure
donating.
He's only got so much to compensate for his micro penis. #PotatoDin.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you for that donation. And donations don't count. Come on now.
Oh God.
Oh, are you
Twitter,
serious?
Facebook,
Paying money to us
Twitter,
does
Facebook,
not count.
Twitter, and Facebook.
Do not discourage people to donate.
It's free. I'm not discouraging them to donate. You can donate all you want, but just don't think that putting #PotatoDin is going to be tallied.
What about Imgur?
Imgur?
Yeah.
Can be tracked on Imgur.
What about pictures and memes?
No.
You can
How about
you
Tumblr? Can they
track
tumble
the
it?
Twitch chat, by the way. It shows up on replays now.
Can I make a blog?
He said social media. Can we do Tumblr?
No.
Tumblr.
Tumblr.
Can we
No.
Instagram it?
No, you can't. No.
Can I make a Pinterest page?
Yeah, can we Pinterest this? Pinterest Potatoed. We'll probably get some really cool stuff.
I want to get on MySpace.
Yeah, we're gonna get that MySpace movement going on.
Yeah.
Good job, Grandpa.
Yeah. Woody's old enough to actually remember when people used MySpace.
Yeah.
How about Friendster? We need a. We gotta get.
If we need 3 more people, we might be able to go on Google Plus.
Can we use Kazaa?
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
Gotta have a Kazaa, yeah. And torrents. We gotta put it out, put every episode out via torrent. Oh my God.
It's actually just a text file.
Yeah, right. All right, one last email and we're gonna get out of here. Hello? Someone? Anyone?
Oh, yeah, no, there's one that I actually wanted to read because I thought it would be fun.
Yeah. You said you wanted to read
it. It's a short one. What she said. Motherfucker, I hate tablets. You piece of shit. Look at this. It's not scrolling. Oh, there we go.
Oh, it's... there you go.
You suck at everything.
Wow, you really?
All right, here you
Well,
go.
that's what my drops are now.
Random question for y'all. When logging out of an MMO for the last time, many people pick a specific place to log out that is some kind of
Oh, they're back.
sentimental attachment. Maybe it's their house, a beautiful vista in front of the game's toughest boss, or their starting zone. If FF14 were to shut down tomorrow, where would you choose your final logout location to be? Would you
Oh,
want to
gosh.
log out with anyone in particular? Why? Myself, I would log out in my free company's melon bucket in our front yard. Gwenna Mindir of the Leviathan server.
That's an interesting question.
What was the question again?
If you were logging out,
FF14 was shutting down tomorrow,
Where's
the last place you would log out?
Last place.
And would there be someone you'd want to log out with?
It's kind of like what we did in 1.0.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, I would log out with Surin. I just don't know where.
What if he didn't want to log out with you?
Where did you? Where did?
Brutal.
Well, hang on, Nico. Where did you log out in 1.0 when that was coming?
I was doing the Ildad defend the city things.
Okay.
And I logged out in the city after defending it.
See, that's what kind of leads in with mine, because I would log out in Central Thanaland amongst all the marmots.
I mean, you never logged in around all of the.
I would log out in Amarik's room.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, big surprise.
With Surin.
with Senpai, huh?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, there you
I don't know.
What about you, Juxta? Where would you log out at?
I just said.
Central Thanaland.
Oh, with the marmots?
With the marmots.
Oh,
Still?
sorry,
You would do that
I thought
again?
you were saying
I have
that's
to
what
keep the population down.
till his dying breath.
That is my legacy, okay?
go.
Legacy tattoo.
I don't. I don't know where I would.
with you.
I was doing the Cartano.
You wouldn't pick the studio? Just, the last memory.
Yeah, the studio would be cool.
Get the violin players going as the ship goes down.
Get a bunch of listeners. That would be cool. I think that would be cool. Yeah.
Oh, so it's like a mass suicide of LBRmy together.
We're all going down
We all
together.
go down on this ship
When did
together.
I become David Koresh here? What the fuck?
Wow.
Oh, that's dark. That got dark. Anyway, good question. I love that question. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know on and while you're there, hashtag Potato Den. But let us know on Facebook and on Twitter where you think you'd like to log out if given the opportunity. We're going to take one more call before we wrap up here. We've got Carletta on the line. Carletta, how's it going?
Oh, it's going fine, you son of a bitch.
Whoa.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I know. If those two chuckle fucks can be a Lalafell, you can be a fucking Lalafell, too.
I sort of feel like we're hearing from a lot of Lalafells today. I feel like this data is skewed in one direction.
Yeah. You look at the table. I'm a Mikote, you SOB.
Some
I am
master
a
race.
Mikote insurgent tennis.
Oh.
And I hate this accent. And I'm only a Lala. You know what I am in real life. But hold on. I know I just can't get through to you, but I'm going to go to Juxta. Juxta, what are you talking about, old people and not knowing anything?
Well, old people they have a diminished brain capacity, so it makes them really hard to play high intellectual things like video games.
And it's not.
I've been playing video games before you was even a sperm in your dad's pants.
Okay, but how good are you?
So,
how old am I?
And no, how good are you? Because, I mean, you
How
can't be
good?
that great. I mean,
Well,
you're old.
I'm like level 60 black mage. Check it.
Oh, so you're an ice mage. Okay, that makes sense.
But
Oh hell no, honey! I put your penis on fire.
It's not about it's not about having old people had that brain capacity at one point. They've just lost it because they're old.
Yeah, it's like losing their glasses, except brain cells.
Yeah, marbles, right?
Yeah,
Marbles.
yeah.
How are your marbles?
Do you have your marbles,
Oh, my
Carletta?
marbles are just fine.
Okay.
How about your marbles?
I believe it.
My Moogle, yeah. And another thing about this old people, will you stop? Stop bitching about us old people.
Okay.
Hey, I'm not very old, but anyway, I can't do this.
Okay. All right. Well,
I need a nap. I'm old.
well, thanks for the call, Carlotta. It's always fun to hear from you. And
no problem. I had a rough week, so I wanted to get some anger out.
yeah, well, I'm a perfect place to vent anger at. So you know,
not really, because
And I did. I put my potato Odin on Twitter, so
okay, good.
I did it correctly.
There you go. There. See? One person at least doing it correctly.
And she's old, so that's commendable as well.
There you go. If Carletta can follow the rules, then everyone else can, right? Right?
Right?
Right? All I'm doing is following the rules. You guys say I'm breaking the rule. I'm just following them.
You're
That's all I'm doing.
making your own rules.
No, that's not.
And then he's following them. He's not wrong.
Yeah. And I'm doing it on the show, too.
He's doing it publicly.
That's right.
Phrasing.
Let's take one more. If we can get Magnus ready here really quick, we'll take it. But we've been super long.
Yeah.
Oh, have we?
Yeah. This has been a longer show today.
Phrasing.
Yeah. So as soon as we get Magnus, we're gonna take off here. I mean, if it's gonna be quick, it's got to be fast.
Got him.
Okay, Magnus, what's up? What's up?
You asshole! Oh, sorry, I'm done. Oh, sorry, that was my Juxta call.
What?
I think he was calling you an asshole.
Why am I the asshole? Are you old too?
Actually, no, I don't know why I said that. Weird. Reflex. Oh, well. But no, Aniero!
Joke fail.
Aniero!
Yes.
People paid for salted potatoes, man. You gotta give it to them. It's like McDonald's, man. They can't get their fix.
Okay.
Like, that's the logic I'm going for here. That's what I'm thinking they're doing. Like, they want the potato, they want the salt at the same time. McDonald's ain't doing it for them, so they gotta come to you, man. That's how this is worked. It's like supply and demand. Take advantage. Take advantage.
Magnus, I like your energy. But I don't feel like there has been...
He's reasoning with you.
That's
He's
right.
There's no salt here. You have to be angry at him.
Yeah, see, like, I feel like all of our callers so far have been like, Here's a whole bunch of fake salt.
I shouldn't have wasted that you asshole on Juxta. That was where all the salt
You can't
was.
reason with Aniero. He's like a Terminator.
He is the elder
Also,
primer of
another reason,
salt.
I'm one of the salted. I'm one of Anero's followers anyway, so anything I do just makes him stronger.
Well, but it's most important coming from you. If you are in a Aniero fight, then it's most important coming from you.
He's trying to say you're getting between fat people and their French fries, man.
Yeah, see, he gets it. He gets it.
Now, no fat shaming on this show, Scalia.
I'm just saying that people like French fries. Have you seen this country? We like French fries.
They're called freedom fries. Asshole.
Well, now they're back to French now because we apparently like the French.
I call them America fries.
Okay, well, there we go. All right, well, thanks for the energy, Magnus. We appreciate the call. I don't know. I think what we're looking for is genuine outrage.
Yeah,
like genuine upsettedness and butthurtedness. And it just seems like fun, But thanks, guys.
Maybe Mr. Poopy Pants is right.
Yeah. I just don't know, guys.
I want someone who donated a lot to the bet to call in and express their distaste.
The problem is all the people that I know that donated a lot, like Jinx McNinja,
they're all on Team Kahlo or Team Juxta.
Not even that.
It's got to be from an Aniero fight.
None of them, I think, can get up the aggression and the anger for it.
Oh, maybe. No, Aniero would have to be for Team Juxta because the people who wanted you to change to a potato were the ones who donated to Team Juxta.
No, but I need.
But they all donated to that to get my legs waxed. We know what the goal was.
We can't. There's a lot of reasons why people donate, so you can't just point out one reason.
Right,
Well,
exactly.
Nobody would donate to Camp Aniero if they wanted you to be a potato, because then if you won, then you wouldn't be a potato.
Yeah, but they're my followers, and by the primal rules.
What he's saying.
Your followers don't want bad on you. Shut the hell up.
What he's saying that it's more powerful if his followers do want it.
That's right.
What he's saying
it comes
is
from more
bullshit.
Oh my god, he's pulling these rules out of his butt.
No, I'm not. You can check the Square Enix rulebook.
There's a lot more logic there than logic with Nika and the frickin' mentor system.
Go back through the Google library and read some of those lore flavor texts, because I know you haven't. And it's there. But just trust me, it's there. Trust me.
No. Shut up.
It's there. Until someone can prove me wrong, it's there.
You know what? I'm gonna get Mr. Happy to make a video of why you should change to a potato din.
Oh, God.
Then I'm gonna strap you down. I'm gonna make you watch it.
With fucking what's that?
Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork Orange style, yeah, with the shit in my eyes, yeah. All right, thank you guys for tuning in to episode number 53 of Limit Break Radio. If you're tuning in live, thank you guys for the calls, for all the chats, for the hashtag potato dins. We have a lot of fun on the show. We joke around a lot, and we screw around a lot. We have fun with you guys because that's what we find fun. That's some of the fun, the most fun.
Air quotes.
No, that's some of the most fun that we have on the show is like hanging up on people or like bringing you guys into the joke, right? That's I think that there's a lot of shows that will bring people into the discussion, but then they stop short of bringing them into the joke and letting them really feel like they're connected to the show, because that's really kind of how we communicate. Is we do it through humor, we do it through through giving each other shit, and that's where we feel the fun is in this show.
You always were good at pointing out potentially obscure comedy.
And so
good on you, Aniero.
So it's really cool that our audience allows us to do that. There's not a lot of audiences will get really upset when a host acts like a jackass or an asshole, but I mean, like, it's part of the joke. It's what makes the show fun to make. I think it's what makes the show fun to listen to. And the big thing is that it sets us apart from all other Final Fantasy XIV podcasts. There's a lot of FF14 podcasts out there. You guys got a lot of choice who you listen to, who you spend time with, whether it's when we're streaming, whether we're doing a show. We recognize that there are a lot of options out there. And, we always thank you for your support at Patreon. We always thank you for your support on PayPal, and we do stuff like the bet in order to thank you, that's just really what this is it's just a thank you to our audience for for being awesome, for allowing us to have fun with the show, for allowing us to have fun with you guys, and then not turning around and blasting us on Reddit like, oh, look what these guys said to me, they were so rude when I was on the air, not all shows are given that degree of freedom. And you guys give us that degree of freedom, and
yeah, is that what it's called?
Yes, that is what it's called. You guys give us that degree of freedom, and that is so totally cool. So thank you guys so much for your support at Patreon, so much for your support on PayPal when we're streaming live, hanging out with us, spending time with the show, spending time with our videos, spending time with the stream. It really, really does mean the world to us. And I just, we talked a little bit about my unemployment situation a couple weeks back on Final Encountercast, and it looks like I might be given an opportunity to work with a major media organization who are making moves in the esports department. And that's a huge opportunity for me personally. And I don't know what that means. It's so early on in the in the discussion with it. But I felt like I really needed to say something about it. I would not. I don't. It's tough because I'm in a position where it's like, if this thing moves forward, like I'm gonna be put in a really, really tough spot, because it's like, do I go to advance my career like in the traditional sense with this organization that is well respected? It's an international organization. I'd have a good job there. I would have a well-paying job, and I would be making a comfortable salary. Or do I continue to double down on Limit Break Radio and Final Encountercast, because you guys, the crew that I have here is so fucking awesome. And I don't want to give that up. I straight up do not want to give that up. I don't want to give up Limit Break Radio. I don't want to give up Final Encountercast. But this really sort of puts it into a different ballpark, man. Because this would be no longer like in theory I'd be turning down something. I would actually be turning down a real opportunity to pursue whatever Limit Break Radio or Final Encountercast can do for us. And I'm scared as shit right now. Like I'm more scared of the yes than I am the no, I think, at this point. Because if they tell me yes, then it's like, what do I do next? So yeah, I just wanted to take this opportunity. Thank you guys so much for your support. If you think that Limit Break Radio is a product that can work long term, if Final Encountercast is a show that you want to continue hearing, and you haven't given to the Patreon already, now's a good time. I need a little bit of direction. I need a little bit of I need a sign from our audience. What do I do? What do I do here? I'm kind of putting it out to you guys. And I understand that not everyone can afford to support Limit Break Radio at the number value that they want to. I understand that. But just $1 a month, man. Like anything that you can give, that you can show me that this is what you should do. I personally would very appreciate that. I don't talk this way very often on this show, and it makes me really uncomfortable. And I thank you guys for just hearing me out. And that's really the thing, is that I don't think I want to do this other job. Legitimately, I don't think I want to do it. I think I'd be doing it because I'd be crazy to turn down the opportunity. But I like doing this. I like getting together with my friends on Sunday and talking about video games. I like hanging out with you guys. I like our audience. as people intensely. I like you guys a lot. And, even if I do take the job, it's not like Limit Break Radio would go away. It would just change. That's all. So, wish me luck, guys. It's kind of a big one. That's a big one for me. And thank you for everything that you guys have ever done for Limit Break Radio, for any listen, any view. Thanks, guys. It's going to do it for Limit Break Radio this week. It's episode number 53 in the books. Thank you to my co-hosts, of course, Kahlo Landis, Juxtaposition, Escalia Ryumasa, our producer, Kooky Persona, for setting up that amazing Susan Calloway interview. And thank you so much for Susan Calloway for stopping by and giving us a little taste of the answers cut. That's coming out next week. Thank you guys so much for everything that you do for Limit Break Radio. Thank you to Papa Woody for being our intern, guys. Thank you to Ryuichi, who's donating over the end credits, guys.
And Nika Kayanian.
We got to get Nika Kayanian as well. Thank you guys so much. We're out of here. Catch you next time. I'm Aniero. Keep listening. Limit Break Radio is a production of LimitBreakRadio.com and Bender Media Productions. Today's episode was produced by Juxtaposition, Aniero Grigori, and Kooky Persona. Final Fantasy XIV and Eorzea are trademarks of Square Enix. Funding for Limit Break Radio is provided by Miri Kennett, Captain Failboat, Zurian Urexin, Azura Giacho, Bianca Forwin, Kalina Ashsaber, Thor Carson, My Waifu, and fellow Limit Break Radio listeners. To support Limit Break Radio, visit patreon.com/Limit Break Radio. Opening music in this episode from Daniel Lambie. Listen to Man with the Machine Gun and other great tracks at facebook.com/Daniel Lambie Metal Gamer. Closing music in this episode provided by Husky by the Geek. Listen to this and other great Final Fantasy XIV and video game rock covers and original music at facebook.com/Husky by the Geek. In-game graphics for Limit Break Radio's Twitch stream are provided by Diamond Multimedia. Check out their line of AMD graphics cards and other hardware at diamondmm.com. Limit Break Radio and its hosts are solely responsible for its content.